And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fabulous Monday where we cover how to save money on your cell phone bill, the best deals and promotions currently available, and of course, answer all of your fantastic audience questions. Today in this live stream, we are diving into some incredible deals and promotions that are ending this week. That's right. This is your last chance to get these deals and promotions and save a whole lot of money on your cell phone bill. We're covering US Mobile's best deal ever, I think, which is insane to say because I feel like they already launched the best deal ever last year, and to see them launch an even better deal this year is wild. We're covering Mint Mobile's promo. This is actually ending this week, so definitely a good time to grab that. And we're covering Visible's promotion as well. That ends in just a few hours today. So you don't want to miss it if this has been something that you've been interested in or looking at. Of course, before we dive into the deals, we have to welcome all of the smiling faces in the chat here. It's always great to see everyone. We've got Voodoo here in the chat. Ola, Shot Cola, we outside Stats Monday couldn't come faster. Great to see you in the chat. We've got FGVIAA waving hello. Hello. Great to see you. Welcome, welcome. Malashok 27.5 is saying hi, Stetson. Hello. Great to see you here. Mala from California. Okay. Glad you're tuning in from California. I'm sure it's a beautiful state. It's a big state though, so curious if you're in the northern or southern part. Bentley E, great to see you here. Big Tank 77. Hello, hello. We've got Mitchell here. Hello. Welcome. Gabriel is here. Great to see you, Gabriel. Lola Loud 125. Great to see you in the chat today. Bill Castle, welcome to the live stream. A lot better with just snow. With snow, just icy. Okay. Yeah. Mitchell is on it. Did you see the US Mobile promotion for $150 for 1 year? We will be talking about that very soon. I just joined because I like the topics. That's nowhere else. Yeah, FaZe, we talk about cell phone plans here. It's a very niche community on YouTube, but we are passionate about it. We are helping people save money, and we're stoked about it. We got a question from TX Republic. Does US Mobile show mid-band indicators, 5G UW, 5G UC, 5G Plus on all networks on iPhone and Android now? That is a fantastic question. I know from experience as an iPhone user, I do see the 5G UW icon on iPhone. Let me see what I have available that I can test out. On the T-Mobile side of things, so I know one of these has a US Mobile SIM. I think it's this one. I'm just going to pop in a network and internet, SIMs. Literally so many SIM cards on this phone. All right, we're going to be turning off Verizon, and I'll turn on US Mobile Lightspeed. It looks like I have a Dark Star SIM in here too, so we can probably get a couple of those answered. I want to say yes, especially so Lightspeed will definitely work on the iPhone with that new carrier bundle that Apple released for T-Mobile, so that should be there. And let's see if we can figure out on Android right now. So turn that off. Done. 5G. Let's go ahead and run a speed test and see. It might not. Yeah, so this is US Mobile Lightspeed. You can see it's on T-Mobile, but unfortunately it does not show 5G UC in the status bar. It just says 5G. So I will say your mileage may vary. iPhone, I think, might be a little bit better at this moment, but we have yet to see. And we got to dive into that promotion, I think, first. Before we do, we got to say thank you to Mark. Mark, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I really appreciate you. Always makes me smile seeing you in the chat. It's great. You come to, I think, every live stream, so really appreciate your help and support. Road Kubu 5679 is saying, I have Warp. Warp is showing 5G UW and Darkstar 5G Plus confirmed. Unsure if that's iPhone or Android, but it does seem like those networks are working. All right, speaking of US Mobile, we have to talk about their legendary promo. This is, I think, the best deal I've ever seen US Mobile offer. And I've been tracking US Mobile, following their deals and offers. I think the lowest we saw them go was what, like $14 a month for their unlimited plan. It was like $14.67 a month with an annual option. What is that? 1467 times 12, 176. It might have been like 175 or something. $175 up front, and you got their unlimited premium plan. Insane. They did something even better. So check this out. And the reason we're talking about it is this ends in literally 3 hours. So I apologize for not talking about it sooner, but we are talking about it now because this is straight up the best deal they have ever offered. You can get unlimited premium for $12.50 per month. Now, this is $149 upfront for your first year, but think about that, $149, that's like 2 months of service on a regular postpaid carrier. And US Mobile is giving you a full year of service. Not only that, this is a year of service on their unlimited premium plan. But you do need to know the fine print, the details, and exactly what this promotion entails. So first and foremost, taxes and fees are included. So it'll be $149 flat. Now, how do you get this deal? To get this deal, you need to sign up for US Mobile on their unlimited premium plan and use code WINTER149 at checkout. Now, keep in mind, this promotion, this plan will renew at its full regular price of $390 per year after your first 12 months. Now, to get this deal, you need to port in your existing phone number or get a new number and port that in, whatever works for you. And you need to activate it on the Dark Star network. Now, if you're new here, you might be wondering, what the heck is Dark Star? What is going on? It turns out US Mobile offers service on all 3 networks, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Now, US Mobile is not able to say AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. The big 3 carriers would probably be a little bit upset by that, but US Mobile, they actually don't really hint too much at it, but we know from testing. I mean, literally, I can pull up the phone again and show you live on stream here. So let's unlock this. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, what better use case for the new cellular info tab in Coverage Map than to show you the carrier is US Mobile Lightspeed, the network is T-Mobile, the IP transit is T-Mobile, and you can see roaming is false, and it is connected to 5G NR. So Lightspeed is on the T-Mobile network. That's what that means. And to quickly break down the other networks, you can see US Mobile Warp, this is Verizon, Dark Star is AT&T, and Lightspeed, as you saw, was T-Mobile. So for this promotion, right, it says Dark Star only. That's going to be this guy, AT&T. That's the network you're signing up for. So you want to make sure you get good AT&T coverage before you jump on this deal. I would hate for you to get the promotion, get a great deal, but have a lousy experience because AT&T service is not good in your area. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're wondering how to check service, easiest way to do that is head on over to coveragemap.com, enter in your zip code or your county. I will do Boulder County here. And bam, and this gives you a quick, easy breakdown of coverage as well as crowdsourced data speeds. So in my area, AT&T is not good. Not a carrier I personally recommend. In fact, the people I know who have AT&T are like, they complain about it. They're ready to switch, which I think is pretty funny. So despite the deal being incredible, you really want to make sure you get good service. So that is the US Mobile deal. I don't even know what percent off this is. $32.50 minus $12.50, $20. Oh my God. So 20 divided by $32.50, 61.5% off. Over 60% off. That's the sale, you guys. Of course, the link to this is in the video description if you're interested in checking it out. What's even more insane is unlimited starter. Instead of $22.50 per month, you can get unlimited starter for $10 a month. $119 upfront. How do they do it? What is unlimited flex even doing here? Unlimited starter is just, that's so good. That is outrageously good. Now you might be wondering, what do you actually get with these plans? We've talked about this on the show. I'm not a big fan of how US Mobile lumps all of the different features from their different networks onto their plan cards, right? Like the free smartwatch plan, yes, that is true. That is available, but only on Warp, only on the Verizon network. So for the AT&T plan specifically, what you are signing up for, you are getting US Mobile Unlimited Premium Dark Star Annual, okay? And thankfully, the annual plan is the same features as the monthly plan. But what are you getting here? So regular price, $44 a month. Guys, that's actually, you're getting that for $12.50 a month for your first year. If you feel like this is a US Mobile advertisement, it definitely feels like it. I mean, this deal is just nuts. It's nuts. But we got some more deals to cover soon from other carriers, so we're not going to give US Mobile all of the limelight today. We will be sharing it. $44 a month, unlimited high speed, unlimited priority. Okay, that's key. This is giving you the exact same network experience as an AT&T postpaid subscriber. So someone who's subscribed to AT&T Unlimited Extra or AT&T Unlimited Premium, you're getting the exact same network experience, QCI 8. You're getting 200 gigs of usable hotspot here. The first 100 gigs at full speeds, the next 100 gigs at 8 megabits per second. And then as you can see here, unlimited at 600 kilobits per second, which I think personally is unusable. Still, 200 gigs is insane. 4K video streaming, you just got to turn that on from your account settings. You can add a tablet line if you want to. Basically, all of US Mobile's plans will work in a tablet. Wait, guys, low key. I'll give you a full breakdown of unlimited starter first, but I think this should work in a tablet. And $10 a month effectively for your first year, just like throw it in a tablet. That's so good. All right, anyway. In terms of international features, US Mobile is, in my opinion, one of the best options, okay? Unlimited international texting, variable minutes of international calling to over 200 countries. You're getting 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigabytes of roaming in Canada and Mexico. And you're getting 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigabytes of roaming. This has been updated. Instead of 67 countries, I believe it's now, let's go features, international data. I think it's 90 countries. Yeah, so it's actually going to be 80. 110 plus supported destinations, 30 are data only. So that means 80 countries are giving you the talk, text, and data included. And then the extra 30 are going to be data only. So it is a phenomenal plan. $12.50 a month. This is stupid. Like this is annoying how good this is. Like, oh my God. Outrageous. All right, unlimited starter. I was just talking about throwing this in a tablet, low key, because I'm thinking of doing that. I've got my iPad Pro. It's still I got the cellular model. So I'm like, well, maybe I throw this in a tablet. What do you get with unlimited starter? So this would be the unlimited starter Dark Star plan. Again, oops, I spelled starter wrong. Doesn't matter though. Normally $25 a month, $22.50 with that annual option. You can see I have the legacy. The legacy deal, you guys, that US Mobile had was $16.60 per month. That was like the previous best we've ever seen. Now it's just $10 a month. I feel like I don't even know what to do. It's just nuts. Oh, did it end? What? Okay, it's back. It's back. Did you see that though? That was weird. Wait. Go forward. Go back. What happened? All right. It's only available for allegedly 3 hours, 39 minutes, and 45 seconds. So definitely don't skip on this. Unlimited starter, we're going to quickly go through this, and we've got 2 more deals to cover, but I think we might jump into the audience questions, see what you guys are talking about. Unlimited starter Dark Star. This is one of the most affordable, truly unlimited data plans on the AT&T network. Unlimited deprioritized data. This is going to be QCI 9, 20 gigs of hotspot, which is super nice. Somehow still comes with 4K video. You just got to turn that on in your settings. International options are not included with the monthly version. Thankfully, the promotion is specifically for the annual version, and the annual version does come with international options included. So with the annual version of the plan, you're getting international texting, you're getting the variable minutes to over 200 countries, you're getting, let me double check the international roaming data. I kind of forget this. Okay, it's the same. 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 1 gig of data. in the same 80 plus supported countries. Have I updated that? Nope. Got to update that. I'll make a note of that. And you're getting the same 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 1 gig in Canada and Mexico. That is just like the fact that you can get this for $10. That's like annoying. That's annoying. I think for context, to provide context for everybody, US Mobile unlimited, actually US Mobile 2 gig. Yeah. US Mobile's normal 2 gig plan is $10 a month. So instead of paying $10 and getting 2 gigs, you're paying $10 and getting truly unlimited high-speed data. That is just outrageous. All right, let's hit the chat. What are you guys saying? What do you guys think of this? Are you jumping on it? Are you skipping it? What are the thoughts on the US Mobile promo right now? Someone's asking, can you put starter or flex on a Samsung watch? I am honestly unsure about watch support. Like, I imagine if the watch supports a physical SIM, there is a chance it could work. With eSIM, it might be more restrictive. So I'm not 100% sure. Voodoo is saying, if it wasn't for my allergic reaction to AT&T, I'd jump on this deal right at this moment. Yeah, you know, I was writing my newsletter earlier today and covering this deal, and it hit me like wait a minute, Stetson, this is literally the cheapest this plan has been and likely will ever be. You review cell phone plans, you should probably just grab it and have it on a backup line, like throw it in one of your phones. So I'm extremely tempted to just nab it. Yeah, which is nuts. I like your plan of adding starter for a tablet, thinking of switching from Helium. Yeah, I mean, someone did comment. So Helium Mobile, they went through their change, right? We can show them up on screen. Their free plan is unfortunately no longer free, but I think someone commented it was 65 cents. I think I saw that, excuse me, in the beginning here. Yeah. So this is coming from Diana. Thank you so much, Diana, for contributing to the live stream here. The Helium free plan cost me 65 cents per month. So I'm going to have to check my Helium line, see where it's at. I actually need to find my Helium line. You know, one of the things with eSIMs that has been a minor inconvenience for me, for yours truly, is you can store so many on a single phone. And then this has 3 SIMs on there, right? I lose my eSIMs, you guys. I just have no idea what phone I put them in. I'm sure it's on like an iPhone. It's kicking around here somewhere. I just got to find the SIM, find the Helium mobile app, and then here we go. So this is Smartless Mobile and Mint Mobile. I'll do this another time. I'll find it. Losing my eSIMs in my physical phones. Ridiculous. Verizon, T-Mobile Business. It's lurking about here somewhere. 65 cents a month is honestly still a great deal, though. All right, we have a super chat coming in, so we got to do that. First, wait. Trev, no deals for existing customers. I know. I hear you. It's frustrating. It sucks. You're the one who's loyal, right? You've been paying US Mobile, giving them your hard-earned money, and what are they doing, right, for existing customers? I agree with you. It is tricky though, right? In the MVNO space, US Mobile wants to grow as many customers as possible. How do they do that with these insane deals and offers for new customers? And, you know, I used to be really upset with this. Now I'm less upset because, like, if you think about it, you've already been saving hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, by being with a prepaid carrier for so long. And that's really where the savings are, right? So if you have someone coming from AT&T, like, thank goodness they're finally breaking their chains, or coming from T-Mobile or Verizon, they're getting out of the big carriers. They're finally getting a plan that's crazy affordable and gives them the same coverage that they're used to. They should get a good deal. So, Yeah, I'm with you. All right, we do have a super chat. Oh, we got to welcome in AT Shields. Great to see you here. Welcome to the live stream. We got to jump to our super chat. G Pariani, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Can you do the math and see if it's worth it? Can you do the math and see if it's worth it if one has a pending device payment balance with AT&T? What's the maximum balance where it is worth it? Yes. So this is a fantastic question. Basically, the question is, let's say you're financing a phone with AT&T, right? We'll say it's an iPhone 16, maybe it's a new 17, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max for you Pro Max users out there, or possibly a Google Pixel 10. This might be the 9. I actually can't tell the difference between these two. Say you're financing a phone from a big carrier. Is it worth it to jump ship, take advantage of US Mobile's promotion for a single line? The answer is yes. 100% of the time it is worth it. The question is, how long does it take for you to break even on the switch, okay? What do I mean by this? Well, let's say for the sake of argument, you have one device payment remaining, okay? That means you would have to pay $33, $33.50, whatever this is financed for. Let's say it's $30. You have to pay $30 to pay off your phone. Then it's paid off. You switch, and your AT&T bill drops from, let's say, a hypothetical $90 device with service down to just, this is so insane, $12.50 a month, okay? Or yeah, I was like, did I just say that wrong? No, $12.50 per month. The savings would be, what was that? $77.50 per month. So after 1 month, you would break even and be saving money. Okay, that's great. That's one example if you have only one device payment remaining. But what if you have your device? Let's say you just got it. Where's a new phone? Let's say, yeah, this will actually work. Let's say you just got an iPhone Air. You're one of 3 people. No one's going to relate to this. Let's use the Pixel 10. More people got the Pixel 10 Pro XL than an iPhone Air. Let's say you got a Pixel 10 Pro XL. You just got this thing. You did a trade-in deal. You're getting account credit from AT&T. Paying off this sucker is probably close to $1,000. Okay, let's say it's $1,000 to pay this off. So the question becomes, at what point does going with US Mobile's plan break even versus AT&T? Because AT&T, right, in this hypothetical example, let's say you did the trade-in, the phone is free. We'll use what, like $75 a month for a single line? I think that's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable. That's right in the middle, because some people are going to have premium, some people are going to be on starter. So let's say it's $75 a month, and your savings would be, for your first year, $75 a month minus $1,250, $6,250, and we'll multiply that by 12 months. Your savings would be $750 for that first year. Let me write this down. $750 in savings for your first year. Of course, US Mobile, it's going to renew at full price. Okay, it's going to renew at full price, which is $390 for a year of service. $3,250. So if we take our 75, we minus 3,250. Excuse me, 75 minus 3,250. 4,250 in savings times 12 months, 510. And you have to pay off over $1,000. So it would probably take you a full 2 years before switching to US Mobile actually starts saving you money versus sticking with AT&T. Even though AT&T's monthly rate is going to be more expensive in this example, because the phone is free and you don't have to pay it off, that ends up saving you a little bit of money. So I would say it probably depends how many device payments you have remaining. In my opinion, I would say just break free now, right? Pay off the device, get it unlocked. You have the freedom to choose any plan from any carrier you want. You're going to be saving money, okay? That's my personal opinion. If you have the available resources to do that, if you have the funds. I mean, this is effectively taking a purchase that was financed and paying it off. And that could be very expensive for some people. If you weren't planning on doing that, it's a lot upfront all at once. I totally get that. But if you can, I think switching sooner rather than later, in my opinion, is worth it. If you wanted to wait, that's also totally fine. But that's my hot take. That's my hot take. All right, what's going on in the chat? That's a 9 Pro. Wait, tell me not. You might actually be absolutely correct. About phone. No. This one is the Pixel 10 Pro XL. This one was the 10 Pro XL. This one's the 9 Pro XL. So just remember that. They look the same, but one's different. My friend has 4 lines of AT&T Unlimited Starter SL. He signed up 2 years ago and got $1,000 in promotional credit per line over 3 years. Is it worth it? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. So let me pull this up. Drive. Cheapest way to get a new iPhone every 3 years. Yeah, this seems pretty good. All right. And we gotta swap some things around. Sorry, we gotta remove this, cancel the screen share, add a new screen share. Oh, bam. Add to stage. All right, we're cooking. So the answer is yes. When it comes to multi-line accounts and getting the best value for your dollar, AT&T specifically can be incredible. So here's what we're looking at. A massive spreadsheet breaking down the cost to upgrade. All right, the cheapest way to get a new iPhone every 3 years. I happen to do this for iPhone because I'm an iPhone fanboy, Apple sheep, and I was curious. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and group by lines, and we're going to start scrolling down. And we really want, cost per year. Let's just move this over because why not? There is a problem. Because I'm trying to move it in a merged cell. That is inconvenient. So what we're going to do is duplicate the sheet, and we will delete that. And I think this is the only place there's a merged row. Delete row. That should solve my problem. We want the cost per year. Pop that over here. Perfect. Now we are in business. So we're going to group by lines, which we're already doing. And we're going to sort by cost per year, lowest to highest. Okay. You can see if you are upgrading your device every 3 years and you have one line, top 3 most affordable options are considering buying gently used on Swappa and going with any cell phone plan, $25 or less. That will include US Mobile's unlimited starter, US Mobile's unlimited starter plan, Visible's base plan, Visible's plus plan, all that kind of stuff. Trading in with Apple, second most affordable option, and going with the $25 plan. Going with Swappa and then going with the $45 plan. Then you've got the Boost Mobile or the iPhone upgrade program with Boost Mobile. I'm actually surprised that one's so affordable for 3 years. Then you have the Apple trade-in with any plan that's $45 or less. That's going to include the premium plans, US Mobile Unlimited Premium, Visible Plus Pro, that kind of stuff. Then you got Boost again, and then you got AT&T Unlimited Starter SL. That's for one line. If we go down to 4 lines, this is where things get really interesting. Technically, the cheapest option is going with Swappa, but it is only cheaper by $1.54 per line per year. The next cheapest option, why is unlimited premium here? I'm candidly scratching my head at that. Is it because I entered something wrong? Is it because you get a discount if you sign up? I don't know. I'll put a bunch of question marks there because I can't tell you why. But let's go with second most affordable option. It's going to be AT&T Unlimited Starter SL, okay? This is if you upgrade your phones every 3 years and you have 4 lines. AT&T Unlimited Starter SL is the second most affordable option by $1.54 per line per month. And by going with AT&T, you get some added benefits and perks, right? Sometimes you can get a bundle discount on your AT&T fiber internet with your AT&T cell phone service. Sometimes if you're eligible for AT&T's signature discount, you can get an even better rate on your cell phone plan. You're getting truly unlimited data. You're getting 5 gigs of hotspot. It's basically the plan that most people need at a great price. Third most affordable is going to be trading in with Apple and getting any plan that's $25 or less per line per month. And then you have unlimited starter with Next Step Anytime again, which I shouldn't even have here because you won't need Next Step Anytime because you're upgrading every 3 years anyway. And then you've got T-Mobile with this, throwback. I made this spreadsheet back when we had T-Mobile Go 5G Plus. I should probably recrunch these numbers and or find a way to make these numbers on the fly way faster. But yeah, the answer to your question, GPRNE, is AT&T Unlimited Starter is a great value. It's a fantastic value, especially with 4 lines. Especially with 4 lines. I would argue, it is possible to potentially save a little bit more money, right? If you get 4 lines and you all jump on the US Mobile promo, right? Like that's some added savings for your first year. But realistically, AT&T Unlimited Starter SL, doing the phone financing deals, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. You just have to make sure you upgrade every 3 years because sometimes if your device becomes too old, the trade-in credit AT&T applies can be a lot less. So I hope that's helpful. And I can just, sorry, sometimes if I hit the share button, it like throws my email on the screen, and I love you guys. And I'm also not trying to get a whole bunch of emails. So here is the Google Sheet. Feel free to poke around that, check it out, duplicate it, do your own wizardry to it. I know Tommy's in the chat. He's a absolute Google Sheet wizard. Like he's insane. All right, we have another super chat. Listen, Jack, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I appreciate you. Stetson, thanks for what you do. Oh, you're so kind. You saved me hundreds. I love to hear that. I left Verizon for a Visible Plus plan. Listen, Jack, you were playing it right. Is this US Mobile plan an upgrade? Wow. That is a deep question. This is a deep philosophical question, everyone. No. Jack, we're gonna dive into the details right now. Also, shout out to the Anonymous Buffalo taking a peek at the spreadsheet. I got you. I see you, Anonymous Buffalo. I did a full video breakdown on these plans as well, so you can check those out. All right, Jack, we gotta answer your question, and to do that, we need to do a full side-by-side breakdown here. And I wish with every cell in my body that the new website was ready and we could use it in all its fancy, fast glory, but it's not quite ready yet. It's still cooking, it's still in the oven. So we've got Visible Plus, a fantastic plan. I would argue one of the best value plans available. And we still haven't even gotten to the Visible promo. Guys, 2 more deals that are expiring. We got Mint's deal. We got to cover this. 2 days, 6 hours, 19 minutes, and 28 seconds. And we have to cover Visible's deal, 5 hours and 20 minutes. Both insane. So we're going to cover those in a minute, right after we answer Listen Jack's question. Jack, thank you so much for your patience. All right, so you signed up for Visible Plus, hopefully on the $26 a month promo, which is insane. So we'll add that to compare. Second plan we're going to need is the US Mobile Unlimited Premium Dark Star Annual Plan. Rolls right off the tongue. And I'm sure I didn't have the... Did I spell something wrong? Or is the website being slow? Unlimited Premium... Oh, Dark Start. That's why. And is technically the annual one. So we'll add that to compare plans now. The short answer, Jack, is going to be they're different. It would be more of a side grade than an upgrade. Yeah, more of a side grade. So the system's working hard. The new system, guys, it's so fast. I am beyond excited to use it. I cannot wait. I will be waiting because that is the only option because it is not ready yet. But when that system is live, it'll be like fireworks and rainbows and cotton candy over here. I'll be stoked. Wait, where did the other plan go? We selected it, right? Tell me I selected it. Here it is. Yeah. What the heck? All right, reload. This is why I need it. Maybe should I do this one? drumming my fingers here. All right, listen, Jack, we're gonna see if we can answer up. Need me to do some spreadsheet magic for you? I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Tommy. I think we're okay for now. I'll let you know. I think I should probably redo all of them. Scott Stetson not wanting people to sign him up for supplement emails. I appreciate it. All right, Jack, we're back to you. This is the answer. It looks like it did work. I don't know why. Here we go. Visible Plus versus US Mobile Unlimited Premium Dark Star Annual. First thing to note is going to be Visible Plus. We're looking at the monthly option here, $26 a month to month with the promo code SWITCH26. US Mobile, it is an annual plan, right? So for the deal specifically, $150 up front for your first year versus Visible with the promo, you get the discount and it's month to month. Second big thing to notice, coverage. US Mobile Dark Star is on AT&T, okay, using the AT&T network. Visible Plus is going to be on the Verizon network. That is a massive difference. Here in my market, that is a difference between having usable service and not being able to load Spotify while you're out walking, okay? Now, how do you check to tell which one is best for you? CoverageMap.com, all right? Free Coverage Map application on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Check your city, county, zip code, what have you. I'm in Boulder County, Colorado. If I pull that up, bam, you can see AT&T has the most coverage, but it has the slowest speeds and the lowest reliability score. And so from my experience, I personally don't recommend it in my county. I would much rather have T-Mobile, which has technically less coverage, but significantly faster median download speeds, or I'd rather have Verizon, which again has faster median download speeds and the highest rated reliability. In fact, my personal cell phone line is on the Verizon network. So you're definitely going to want to check coverage first before switching or thinking about switching between these two plans. Now let's talk features, okay? Both plans come with unlimited high-speed data and unlimited priority data. So US Mobile is on the AT&T network. You're getting the exact same network experience as an AT&T postpaid subscriber on unlimited plus? No. AT&T Unlimited Extra, forgive me, AT&T Unlimited Extra or Unlimited Premium. Visible Plus, Unlimited Priority Data, you're getting the exact same network experience as Verizon Unlimited Plus, there's the plus, or Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. Now let's talk hotspot. US Mobile gives you 200 gigabytes of usable hotspot data. Of course, this is a tiered system. So you're getting your first 100 gigabytes of hotspot data at full speeds, then your next 100 gigabytes capped at 8 megabits per second. After that, you're getting unlimited at 600 kilobits per second, which I personally feel is too slow to be really usable. Visible gives you unlimited hotspot data at 10 megabits per second. So interestingly, if you go over 100 gigs of hotspot usage, technically Visible's hotspot speeds will be faster by 2 megabits per second. Next is video streaming. US Mobile gives you full uncapped 4K video streaming. The caveat here is you need to enable this feature on your account each month, okay? It's called the data waster mode. You got to go in there, you got to toggle it on, but once you do, you get full 4K streaming. Visible gives you 1080p video streaming. You might have to toggle a setting on in the app to get this, but once it's on, it stays on. There is a little bit more nuance here. So it's 1080p streaming, 8 megabits per second is the speed cap there, but only on 5G ultra wideband. If you're on non-5G ultra wideband, just regular 5G or LTE that's pretending to be 5G, you're going to get 720p video streaming. And that's going to be about 4 megabits per second for the speed cap there. Still plenty fast for loading video content, especially on the phone, and especially with how optimized YouTube is. I think I've actually streamed video at like 4K on Visible Plus, no problems, just because YouTube can handle it. Let's talk smartwatches. US Mobile smartwatches are not supported on the Dark Star network. Visible smartwatches are available. It's a $10 add-on. And I will say, as a quick caveat, a quick aside, if you're thinking of Visible and you want the smartwatch, what you're going to want to do is just grab the Visible Plus Pro plan. This upgrades a couple things. Most importantly is, where is it? Here we go. Smartwatch service included. Okay, so if you're going to want a smartwatch, just go with the Visible Plus Pro plan because that includes it and gives you some upgrades. And instead of paying $10 extra, which would be $36 a month, you get it for $33 a month. Tablets. This is also interesting. US Mobile will actually allow you to add a tablet line. In fact, any US Mobile plan, my understanding is any US Mobile plan, you can actually just sign up for and throw it in a tablet. I should probably double check that, but last I heard, all of these will just work in a tablet. So any plan you want, throw it in your tablet, you're good to go. Not really an add-on, but it'll work. Visible tablets, just straight up not supported, no cap. International features. The US Mobile Unlimited Premium plan has better international features than the Visible Plus plan. But the Visible Plus Pro plan, which we did touch on, one of the many upgrades you get here are the better international features. So if you're a real big international traveler, definitely consider looking at the Visible Plus Pro option. But in terms of, Jack, your specific question, US Mobile, you're getting free international texting. You're getting variable minutes of international calling to over 200 destinations. You're getting the 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico. And you're getting 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 20 gigabytes of data in the 80, this should say 80, supported destinations, as well as those 30 destinations that are data only. Visible Plus, international texting is included to Canada and Mexico. International calling is included to Canada and Mexico. You get 2 gigs per day of roaming in Canada and Mexico with unlimited minutes and unlimited texts. And you get 1 free international day per month. And 1 free international day includes 2 gigabytes of high-speed data, unlimited minutes, unlimited texts in your supported destination. What's super cool is any of your unused international days actually accumulate, and you can accumulate up to 12 free international days per year. So once you have 12 free international days, that is as big as, or how many you can accumulate, and you'll stay at 12 until you go on a trip. Let's say if you use 5 of them, you'll have, what is that? 7 left over, and you'll start accumulating again from 7. So that is my understanding of how the international days work and the big difference between Visible Plus and US Mobile Darkstar. So is it an upgrade? It's different. I think if you're a big hotspot user, you might actually prefer Visible Plus. Or on the flip side, maybe you want the 100 gigs of full speed hotspot data first. If you're a big video streamer, maybe you want the 4K video. If you have an Apple Watch line, that's where you're going to definitely want to look at Visible over US Mobile. If you have a tablet line you want, that's where you're going to want to look at US Mobile over Visible. If you're a big international traveler, both can work. Probably just comes down to what your needs are and what your preferences are. And then the big question, do you want to pay $390 up front for your cell phone plan, or do you want to pay $26 a month with the opportunity to switch anytime you feel like the plan isn't working? So those are the differences between the two. What am I signing up for? Well, again, based on coverage from Coverage Map, I think Verizon is the better network, so I would be signing up for Visible solely based on coverage. So I hope, Jack, that is helpful, and I appreciate you. Yeah, Scott is sharing one of the most underrated parts of Visible Plus Pro is that it offers 1080p streaming on LTE. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. That is, I believe, 8 megabits per second is what the speed cap is on LTE. It's great. Video content just loads faster. We also have Tommy chiming in. You can stream at any quality on any network by using a VPN. That is absolutely correct. I personally use Surfshark and am part of their affiliate program, so I'm going to shill them for 2 minutes here, maybe less, 30 seconds. Here's the Surfshark shill. I use them. They work. You can get 4K video streaming. The pricing is $229 if you want this extra fancy plan. I think I got the starter plan for $2 a month. It works. So check it out if you're interested. Go with any other VPN. If you're not interested, any VPN will work. So I hope that's helpful. I'm glad I could set you up for a segue to our sponsor. Yo, shout out to Linus Tech Tips. He is the master, the champion of the sponsorship segues. And I think what's so clever about what he does is he does the segues in such a weird, quirky format every time that it's almost like a meme, right? And people, A, expect a sponsorship, and B, I think are okay with it. Like initially, sponsors on YouTube or it's kind of a mixed bag, right? Like sometimes you see a channel you love get a sponsorship and you're like, hell yeah, this is awesome. Go you, you're becoming big. And sometimes people get sponsorships and you're like, oh man, like I got to sit through an ad through the video in addition to the other ads that YouTube chalks in there. It's a mess. It's a mess. But yeah, so I hope that's helpful. And yeah. All right. Harvey the Attorney. Is this a reference to Suits? Because I've been watching Suits and it's incredible. I love it. Either way, Harvey, thank you so much for your comment here. Hey, Stetson, hope you're doing well. So I have a friend who's looking for a new Pixel. What's the cheapest way to get a new Pixel? Man, that's another deep philosophical question. No, Harvey, I think it comes down to a couple different factors here. I'm just thinking on my feet. Number one, how much does your friend want to pay up front? Okay, I think that's a big question because in my mind, the cheapest way to get a new Pixel is to, honestly, I'm just thinking about this now. You can sometimes find, it's so bad. Pixels lose value very fast, okay? So let's just quickly check two sites here. Pixel 10. Pixel 10 Pro? Just do Pixel 10. You can currently get this is nuts, a refurb Pixel 10 for $500, okay? What is a new one? That's $400 off. That's crazy, okay? That is in the good condition. You can also do excellent for $580. Okay, what is Google? Sorry, I spelled Pixel wrong. Pixel 10. I like how mint is the second result there. Discover the new Pixel 10. Perfect. They're offering it for $649. Also insane. Yeah, you should not buy a Pixel at full price. I think that's my hot take. And we got to check out our good friend Swappa. Just quickly here, Pixel 10. We'll do Pixel 10 unlocked. Yeah, 514, 540. That actually seems very similar to Swappa, 500. Excuse me, back market. Back market might actually be more affordable here, depending on, the listing and stuff. Anyway, I would suggest, look, go new if you want to go new. This device is already so new that a refurbished phone is probably going to have, it's going to be in great condition, likely have very high battery health. Back market has their warranty and stuff, or you can go on Swappa here, and this is literally new unlocked, okay? It doesn't even look like this person took it out of the box. Yeah, so I would consider going with this, $540 or $500. And then you pair that with a plan from US Mobile, right? $12.50 a month for a year. You can get a full phone and a year of service for $649. That is insane. That is insane. So that's one thing you could consider. Let's see if, I think Mint showed up as the first result or like the second result here. Yeah, Mint Pixel 10. Are they doing a promo? Yeah, so Mint's doing a promo where you get it for $549 and it comes with a year of unlimited for $15. So if we do that, you're at $730, okay? So it's a lot of money up front. I guess you could technically finance this with a firm, but the net cost is so low. It's so low. I would definitely, that's what I would look at. I would look at Mint. I would look at US Mobile. Is Visible doing anything? I don't think Visible's doing any special promos. Shop all phones. Give me the Pixel phones. I also assume Pixel 10. Maybe he's the 10 Pro kind of person. Doesn't look like Visible's doing any specific promos here. My hot take, I like Moonstone. I think I'm an Obsidian guy. It's boring, but I like it. Anyway, the net cost of the device and service is likely going to be way more affordable by going with a prepaid carrier versus going with a big carrier. I mean, you could consider like, guys, we recommend Boost Mobile. You could consider, wait, I don't even think they have a plan. They just have the, quick shout out to Jim for the quote. Yeah, Jim, shout out to you for the quote on the site. Plans, here we go. Plans, infinite. Yeah, they have infinite for iPhone and infinite for Galaxy, but they don't have anything for Pixel. So forget that. That's your answer. Harvey, that is your answer. Consider buying just straight up unlocked from Google. Do the Mint deal, or did US Mobile had a deal, but I think it sold out. So I won't mention it because it's probably sold out. But that's the move. Buy the phone, get it unlocked, go with the carrier. If you need to finance it, it looked like there were options for Mint and Visible for financing through Affirm. Although I think that Google Store has financing options now. Let's say buy. Choose your color. Frost. Man, I had a Game Boy Advance SP. Do you guys remember those? And it was kind of this like bluish color. I just feel nostalgic for that. That's all I'm going to share. Obsidian, 128 gigs, unlocked. Skip that. Skip Pixel Care. And yeah, boom, this is what I wanted to show you. Google also offers straight up financing as well. So you can finance through Google if you wanted to. That's the answer. That's what I'm going with. There's probably a Pixel deal with Google Fi. You're probably right. I think Google Fi is doing a 50% off right now. Jeez. Literally, as you say that, front and center, $800 off Pixel 10 Pro plus $10 a month off your service. That's nice. That's super nice. Plans, all plans. Ah, the 50% off promo is gone. Man, I feel like you need an alert for that. Like, you shouldn't sign up for Google Fi unless you're getting the 50% off promo. That's my hot take. That's my hot take. I'm less, wait, is it for online? No. Yeah, I'm less inclined to suggest Google Fi because their single line pricing is pretty expensive. And for whatever reason, I have found Google Fi's taxes and fees, I think, to be a little bit higher than other carriers. Like $50 for a single line. I'd rather go with a $26 Visible plan or the $12.50 US Mobile plan. That's my take there. Mario coming in with the super chat. Did US Mobile up warp low key get 4K streaming like Lightspeed did? Let me check this. So I'm on US Mobile Warp. The problem is I'm on maybe it doesn't matter. Let's turn off Wi-Fi. Let's go here, fast.com. All right, so I've done nothing with my account right now, and I'm getting 2 megabits per second on US Mobile Warp, okay? 1.9. So that's still capped. Let me log in on my phone, see if I can toggle that. So US Mobile, boom. They have a really pretty app icon. My 2025 recap. All right, so I'm diving into my personal line. Definitely can't show that. We're going to go to change plan, change device, switch network, voicemail, SMS top-up, Wi-Fi calling, travel planner, purchase international. Is it not available on mobile? Oh, I don't think it's available on mobile. Hang on. We got to do it on the browser. usmobile.com. Sign in. Unlock one password. Slam in my password. Sign into my personal account. Wait for the 2-factor authentication code. Enter the code. Click on my line. Boom. We're going to do connectivity tools. No, usage and controls. Usage management. Data waster mode. Nope. I would show this, but my phone number's there, and you guys are awesome. Not looking to get a lot of texts. Boom. Confirm changes. Your changes have been saved. Please restart your device to enable these features. I understand. All right, I'm just going to give it like 30 seconds and then I'll try again. Ryan is saying, I'm hoping Visible gets 5G standalone soon. Yeah, hard to say. Like, on one hand, I feel like Verizon and the carriers are trying to make standalone a feature for the postpaid user. On the other hand, wouldn't they want as many users as possible on standalone for like the better network experience, better coverage, better performance? Like, isn't that better for them? I don't know. Oh yeah, we got to talk about this. Cuban Classroom fan 432. Did anyone hear Verizon is no longer unlocking finance devices after 60 days and is now only unlocking them after they've been paid off? Yes. So this is big. There was recently a ruling passed by the government. I think it was the FCC. And they ruled, despite Verizon purchasing spectrum that required them to unlock their devices after 60 days, Verizon was saying, hey, we're getting a lot more fraud or, I don't know, illegal activity on our devices because people are buying them because they become unlocked after 60 days. We want to undo that and offer the same unlocking policy as everyone else. And unfortunately, in my opinion, the government agreed with Verizon. They sided with Verizon. They made the change. And so Verizon has updated their unlocking policy for prepaid carriers, TracFone, Visible, Straight Talk, Total Wireless, all of the Verizon value brand. If you purchase a device, it is typically now locked to the Verizon network for 12 months. And that's pretty standard with the other carriers, Metro, Cricket, etc. For Verizon postpaid, instead of 12 months, it is the full 3 years. So if you finance a new iPhone 17, 17 Pro Max, Pixel, 10, 10 Pro XL, your Verizon device will now be locked to the Verizon network for the full 36 months until it is paid off. Now, I would like to think that after that unlock requirement has been met, your phone will automatically unlock. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's true. Sometimes AT&T, for example, even after you meet the eligibility requirements to unlock your device, it's paid off, you're in good standing, you've been a customer, it's been the 3 years, your device will not automatically unlock. You actually need to go fill out a form on the AT&T site to get them to unlock your phone. So I'm hoping Verizon is a little bit better and they do it automatically. I know for the 60-day thing, that was automatic. You didn't need to think about it. So I'm hoping that's the case. But unfortunately, we don't know yet. And I'm bummed by that. All right. For US Mobile. Okay, I enabled data waster mode. Can I scroll down on this page? Maybe if I zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Usage controls. Perfect. This is it. Let me just triple check this page. All right. Thankfully, everything important is covered. So, nobody move. This is my personal line. You can see I've used 7.8 gigs, 3-cycle average. I love that. I absolutely love that. Data waster mode enhances video. This is turned on. Okay. And let me just remove that from the stream before I do anything silly. So now we're going to redo the test. For those curious, this is the fast.com speed test. This is hosted by Netflix, and it will show you how fast video content is streaming. All right, so it looks like 5, 3, 2, 2.5, 2, 2. 1.9. Still 480p on my line. It is worth noting I'm on unlimited starter. I am not on unlimited premium, and I will do a quick airplane mode here. All right, we're going to do an airplane mode and see if I can reset it. Voodoo saying, I will never buy a carrier lock device. I respect you. That is the move. AT&T always auto unlocks for me after it's paid off. That's good to know. Best Buy will not sell unlocked iPhone 17s. That's sad. Don't they do the universal model where it auto locks to the first SIM that's inserted? I personally feel that's diabolical. What's insanely stupid is they lock the dual SIM too. I know, Scott, yes, that is infuriating for me. Like, think about it. We live in an area where connectivity has never been better. You could be a Verizon customer, add a cheap T-Mobile. What do they have? Like the $10 SIM with like 50 gigs of data. You could be running dual networks, okay? All of these phones, the iPhones, the Pixel phones, they support dual SIM, dual standby. You can literally toggle between networks with the tap of a button. Let me rephrase that. On iPhone, you can toggle between networks with the tap of a button. On Android phones, someone correct me if I'm mistaken, I have yet to find a solution, but it takes like 3 different taps to do it on Android. But you can do it. You can do it. And it's incredible. This is like the golden age of connectivity. And you travel abroad. You can get a cheap international eSIM. Let me just close that tab. A cheap international eSIM from Airlo or any other carrier, right? Oops, add to stage. Bam. Let's accept. Where are we going, you guys? Where do you want to go? France? Italy? Let's go to Italy. So we're going on our trip to Italy. All right. Instead of having to spend $10 a day, $12 a day, excuse me, from AT&T or buy a Verizon travel pass or any of that nonsense, right? 7 days, 1 week, 3 gigs, €7.50, or 10.50 euros, or 17 euros for 10 gigs for a full week. Literally, instead of 7 times 12. Instead of $84 extra for roaming for AT&T, that's what they would charge you. You can get an international eSIM for just $17 from Airlo. But unfortunately, if your device is locked, you can't do this. You can't do this, okay? Your second SIM is useless. It's effectively only a single SIM device, so I strongly dislike that. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. All right, let's pop airplane mode off. And let's turn off Wi-Fi. We're back. Third time's the charm. Did it work? I'm dubious. It'll spike up, and then often it comes down. Okay. I'll take that. That's actually double. That's double. So before we were at about 2 megabits per second, which is when you see 2 megabits per second, that typically corresponds to 480p video streaming. When you see 4 megabits per second, that typically corresponds to 720p video streaming. Let's do it again. Let's make sure it wasn't a fluke. All right. Oh, that's not good. I don't want to see that. 3.7. Okay. Okay. There you go. I don't think it's a fluke. I think that's what it does. I think data waster mode on US Mobile Warp, which is the Verizon network, on their starter plan specifically, high probability. This is also true with their unlimited premium plan, but you will double your your video streaming speeds from 2 megabits per second to 4.2. Now for YouTube, I think this is perfectly fine for a 4K video. Should I try and load something up on YouTube? Let me pull something up. Let me kill the audio and I'll just go to my channel. Because I think it'd be weird to like do anything else. Me live. Wow. The inception right now. That's crazy. All right, let's pull up the Trump mobile video and we'll do quality. So just for context, YouTube defaulted to 720p. Okay? Defaulted to 720p. We'll do advanced, we'll do 4K, we'll play. And right now you can see it's playing just fine. Let me try and do this backwards. It's actually just like zoom ahead. All right, how long does it take to buffer? I think it's loading right now. Yeah, it's still loading. There it is. So that's with the 4 megabits per second. It's just a little bit slower here. Bam. Oh, what a freeze frame. Oh, God. There it is. Okay. That happens all the time when you edit. You just like, you're paused on a video. You go grab a snack or a drink of water. You come back and it's just like you make it like who makes these faces while they're talking? Me, apparently. I make them all the time. All right, what else we got in the chat? That's insane. I have data waster on Darkstar starter plan. It shoots from 1.9 megabits per second to 1.2 gigabits per second. That is what I'm talking about, Nick. That is insane. That is insane. I think I have that. I can show you guys that. Yeah. This is back when we were talking about the, oh man, we still have to talk about the deals and we got to talk about the new app. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked by all your fantastic questions. Super chat, Green. You're right. Green, thank you so much for your generosity and support. How do you think the Apple foldable will affect the market? Well, I'm probably going to buy one. I'll be honest with you guys. I love Apple. I'm the Apple sheep. I am part of the flock, and they are herding us towards the foldable. That's not true. We know very little about it. Unless you look at the rumors and you believe them, then we know something about it. Fundamentally, I think the biggest thing Apple's foldable will do is likely impact the form factor and aspect ratio of other foldables, right? And I think Quinn from his video did a fantastic job. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm thinking Snazzy Labs. Bam. And here we go. So Quinn from Snazzy Labs, I love him. He's fantastic. Let's mute this. Let's add that to the stream. And I'm going to link the video. We always got to give other creators credit because he works really hard on this stuff, and I don't want to, be stealing it here. But I want to touch on it and use it as a reference because he brings up a couple of really interesting points. You should also watch the video because he talks about the fold, how Apple's going to get rid of the crease. That's probably the other thing. The big thing is the aspect ratio of the device. Okay? Man, I wish I could go through and find out exactly where the aspect ratio comparison is. 6 months, okay. Talking about the crease. There's going to be no crease. Well, all right, we got some foldables here. Yeah, all right, here he's talking about the aspect ratio. So for Samsung's foldables, Z Fold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they have been moving towards a square aspect ratio, okay? This is more or less a square. Doesn't really matter if you're holding your phone vertically or horizontally. It's about a square. And, the video on the inside only gets so big. It's kind of funny. Was that a hole punch camera there? It only gets so big, right? It's only so usable. On the same token, the square kind of allows you to have two vertical apps side by side. It kind of works pretty well. It's reasonably productive. So this is the square. You can do a lot of multitasking, right? Pretty flexible. Whole device is reasonably reachable, and you have a more standard candy bar shape phone in your pocket. Oh, this is perfect. This is the exact section. Yeah, you can see the Z Folds getting stacked, and they go from being taller to more square. The Z Fold 6, that was the one that was just in green. He's putting the 7 on. It's a square, you guys. Okay, they made it square. That's what Samsung did. Google had a different approach. Do we get a shot of that? They go with more of a horizontal passport style form factor. Based on the rumors, it looks like Apple is going with a passport style form factor as well. And I think this will fundamentally change how Samsung approaches the form factor for their devices in the future. I think this will likely be a winning form factor. The front screen, I think, will be more reachable and usable. And then the inside screen will be able to comfortably run two vertical apps side by side. So here's the perfect example. This is the rumored dimensions of the iPhone Fold. This is the Pixel Fold, the original Pixel Fold. And you can see they're more similar. And I think Apple's device will just shift the market. And we'll see Samsung very quickly come out with a folding device in this form factor. And when you open it, it's just so perfect. You have a perfect copy of that front screen, which is going to be designed to run a single app very well. And then you have another one. So you can have two vertical apps side by side. And what's nice is because this gives you a wider horizontal aspect ratio, you can have a more compact device and still get a much larger video, a 16:9 video fitting in that form factor. In fact, it's about the size of an iPad mini that we have right now. I don't know what Quinn's saying there, but yeah, I appreciate him. Typing will also be better with the vertical candy bar of the Z Fold 7. The keyboard's more narrow. It's squashed together. When you get the wider aspect ratio, the more passport style aspect ratio, if you will, of the Pixel and soon the iPhone, I don't know what that was about. Wait for it. He's saying it. it's more reachable, the keyboard is bigger, and it's usable in the horizontal landscape fashion. The Z Fold is unusable in the horizontal landscape. It's just too narrow. Everything gets too squished down. So I think the biggest impact will be the form factor. That's my guess. That's my take. Oh, and this is that perfect 16:9 aspect ratio that I was talking about. Again, basically the same size as that iPad mini, and it fits the video in really well. So that's what I think. That's what I think, Green, in terms of how the iPhone Fold will impact the market. All right, we'll do this quickly. We got to talk about the other deals, though. We're, what, an hour and 10 minutes into the stream, and we haven't talked about so much stuff. Who's managing this? Are you guys keeping me on track? Can I blame you? More simultaneous speed testing. Yeah, I'm watching on the Pixel 10 Fold. Shout out to you, Slat. I respect it. I think people who have folds, you guys are cool. I really respect it. I really respect it. And candidly, I'm envious of you guys, right? iPhone user, I'm an Apple sheep. I think I've said that 4 times on the show now. And, you know, I like the iPhone. I like the Apple logo. But the Fold, it just intrigues me. It just seems so fun and usable. And like, oh, I don't want to deal with the low quality, mobile, optimized website of this, like site design of this website. Boom, you open it up, you can get a way better experience. All right, Green. Do you think it'll run iOS or iPadOS or a hybrid? This is the question of the day. This is the question of the day. I think fundamentally to be usable, I think it needs to run, I think it'll be iPadOS, but it'll be iPadOS with limitations. I think if you are opening it, Quinn, I'm going to keep commenting over your video because A, it's incredible, and B, you actually have a prototype that I want to see. All right. There we go. Boom. Perfect. So I think when you open an app on the front screen, it will only open in what I'm going to call iPhone mode. One app at a time. It works the exact same as your current iPhone. If you open it in the unfolded mode, come on, give me a clip. Yeah. All right. Unfolded mode, which is more or less the exact same as the iPad mini, which I think is what Quinn was showing here. Okay, he's talking about that. Boom, you open it up. Pretty much the same size as an iPad mini. I think you're going to get full-on iPadOS, all right? The iPad mini, it can do the window management. The iPhones have the power to do the window management. I think to make this device worth what I think Apple is going to be charging for it, it'll give you the iPadOS experience on the inside. That's my guess. That's what I think. All right. We have to talk about some of the key things that we've got going on here. I'm going to pause, Quinn. Oh, one more thing for the form factor. When you hold it vertically, all of a sudden, all of the vertical content, TikTok, Instagram Reels, all of those apps will fit beautifully on this aspect ratio. I think what Apple is creating is the golden aspect ratio. This is something Samsung missed. Oh man, shout out to Realm71. Please don't forget to hit the like button to show your appreciation of this content. Liking if free for the user. Thank you. Yeah, it is free, so I appreciate you. Yep, we want that 24-hour stream. AT Shields, Tommy, Android, iOS. I hear you. I respect you. Not for me, but for many use cases, it is. Cost of the Apple Fold. Oh, you guys are. I should almost do a dedicated stream on that. I think Samsung has priced and Google have priced their foldables at $1,800. It is not uncommon for Apple to add the Apple tax. This is especially bad with RAM and storage upgrades in their MacBooks. $2,200 to $2,400. I would guess $2,200, $2,199.
Upgrading the RAM and storage on a
Okay, Google, stop. I'm gonna have to remove that from this studio. It's just too sensitive. Seen it already as an article. I'm curious to dive in. All right, we can't dilly dally. There are time sensitive things we need to talk about. Number one, we talked about Visible. We'll dive into them right now. Visible's promotion is ending in 4 hours and 38 minutes. Guys, this is an amazing deal, okay? I totally zoomed in on the wrong screen. 4 hours, 38 minutes. What is the deal? You can get visible base for $19 a month for 26 months. Actually, it's more than that. You save $6 a month on visible base. You save $9 a month on visible plus. You save $12 a month on visible plus pro. Okay? Those are insane. Those are insane deals. How do you get this promotion? You have to use promo code SWITCH26. This is going to lock you into this price for 26 months, okay? SWITCH26 locks you in for 26 months, and this is fantastic. I think Visible Plus for $26 is the best value plan on the Verizon network right now. What do you get with Visible Plus? We already talked about it when we did this comparison that, who was it? I think Jack had asked about. So shout out to Jack, but it's fantastic. Unlimited priority data, all right, on the Verizon network. Exact same experience as Verizon Unlimited Plus and Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. Unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second, the 1080p video streaming, $10 watch add-on, great international features. Superb, superb value, okay? If you want Visible Plus Pro, get that watch line instead of $45 a month, $33 a month. So good. So good. What makes this deal especially great is it is monthly. If you decide Visible is not a good fit for you, you can switch, no consequence, go to a different carrier, take advantage of a different promotion, okay? That's why this is great. It is month to month. You can leave at any time, no obligation to stick with it. If you leave, you're not charged anything extra. You can cancel anytime. Kevin is asking, is it a 26 contract or cancel anytime? It is cancel anytime. It just means for your first 26 months of service, you will get the discounted rate. Tanya is saying, just switched last week. Fantastic. Hope you're getting a great deal. Call me Nino. Visible Plus Pro is the GOAT. Greatest of all time. It is a fantastic plan. Mussy, are you still using US Mobile for your personal line? Yes, I am. Am I tempted to switch to Visible? Absolutely. This deal is so good. But I like the analytics. Hey, Stetson, if the rumors of the iPhone Fold are true, I'm excited to test it out. Me too. Ian Shorts, I'm also excited. It'll be so good. Tommy's saying the iPhone Fold will be $2,400. Easy. Not what I want to hear. In fact, we're going to get rid of that comment. What we're going to do is we got to talk about one more promo that's going away. And that is Mint. Hang on. Let me pull this off and pull up Mint. Because Mint's promo is also ending, and it's the best deal on the T-Mobile network. All of these deals they're ending this week. US Mobile in a couple hours, Mint's in a couple days. This one you have more time. 2 days, 5 hours, 34 minutes, and 30 seconds, okay? What is the deal? Holiday savings, all unlimited plans, 50% off. This is the longest I think I've ever seen Mint offer a promo, and it is so good. Drops their unlimited plan from $30 a month to $15 a month, okay? Instead of $360 up front, you're paying $180 up front for the year. Such a good deal. What do you get with the plan? Of course, Mint Mobile Unlimited. Bam, there it is. With the promo highlighted, $15 a month for your first year. Truly unlimited high-speed data. It is deprioritized. And for those of you network nerds out there, I know we've got some in the chat. I love you. You guys are me. It is 50 gigabytes of deprioritized QCI7 data. And then after 50 gigs, you are further deprioritized down to QCI9. So that is the nuance with Mint Mobile's high-speed data. Most people are going to get nowhere close to 50 gigs, and it always stays truly unlimited. The only times your speeds may be a little bit slower is during times of network congestion. But again, the T-Mobile network is so fast, you're likely going to have usable speeds wherever you are. This is probably the big thing I want to test this year. I'm making it happen. I'm going to talk to my boss, and I'm going to make that happen. 480p video streaming. Tommy mentioned earlier in the stream, you can get a VPN to bypass that. I use Surfshark as my VPN, and I'm part of their affiliate program, so I'll shill them. You can check out Surfshark. It's super cheap. $2 a month, $2.29 a month if you buy their 24-month package or whatever. This gives you 4K streaming on any cell phone plan, regardless if you switch carriers or not. Really, really nice. 20 gigs hotspot. Love to see that. No support for the watch or tablet, which is a little disappointing. Definitely don't tell Mint that I told you this, but this plan will work in a tablet. Don't ask how I know that. It will, though. International texting, curiously not supported, from my understanding, but you do get free international calling to Canada and Mexico. You get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of roaming in Canada, and international roaming in Mexico is available from $5 a day. And then international data is available starting at $5 a day as well. And there's different, I think it's a 1-day pass, 10-day pass, and 30-day pass. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, Mint's got a bunch of different passes for international travel, so they have you covered if you need it. The fact that you can get this for $15 is fantastic. The biggest competing plan is going to be Metro by T-Mobile. Their $25 BYOD plan, which is actually now $20. That's insane. Wait, hang on. Metro by T-Mobile. Boom. Multi-month. Is it multi-month? Dang, $20 a month for 6 months. All right, let's do monthly. Bring your phone. Okay, that's it. If you want to do monthly, $25. If you're willing to do 6 months, then $20. That's nuts. And all taxes and fees are included. Love to see that. Anyway, these two plans, the $20 version or the $25 version, top competitors. Very similar deprioritization. I think, do they list it here? Probably not. View full plan details. Pop up. Okay, yeah. So a little bit worse. So they say if you use a lot of data, more than 35 gigs a month, you may notice slower speed. So Metro's plan is going to give you 35 gigs of QCI 7 before dropping you down to unlimited at QCI 9. Mint's plan is higher. It is 50 gigs. So that's actually pretty cool. Outside of that, no hotspot data on Metro. Huge bummer. Same 480p video streaming. Metro does offer support for watches and tablets. If you're someone who needs those features, you might honestly want to look at Metro. International is way weaker in my opinion. Not a whole lot included. Actually, nothing is included. You have to pay for add-ons. So I think Mint, straight up the best, most affordable plan if you want truly unlimited data on the T-Mobile network. And again, this promo is ending in 2 days, 5 hours, 30 minutes, and 4 seconds. So definitely don't miss it if this is something you are interested in. One more thing we got to talk about, and then we can dive full steam ahead into questions and get totally derailed. And it is the all-new Coverage Map app for Android. Guys, we officially launched the feature where you can check bands, frequencies, and tower info right from within the Coverage Map application. So that's right. This is the world's first that I'm aware of personally. Mobile application that combines crowdsourced cellular coverage maps, an in-app speed test, and actually useful cellular network information to let you know exactly what bands you're connected to, what your primary band is, what your secondary band is, and super cool information for roaming. And I think I can actually show you some of that live on stream. Let me pull this phone up. Settings. And this is a free update. It's available right now for everyone. And thank you to everyone who has given the app a rating. It really helps support us, and I really appreciate you. We have been trying so hard to make this app even better, and we're now in over 30 countries, which is nuts. All right, let me see if I can show this to you. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I think this phone has it. Hang on. This is what I'm talking about. Me misplacing my SIMs. Perfect. Yeah, this is so cool. I think you guys will like this. So, boom, right? These are my connection stats. You can see my primary band is N41. That means I have a standalone 5G connection. You see my carrier, US Mobile, unlimited. I think it just says US Mobile Lightspeed. Network T-Mobile, roaming false. IP transit through T-Mobile. You can see 5G generation NR. That means it's standalone. This is so cool. And It's available while you're running a speed test. So check this out. We are not driving. We are indoors, and we can start the test. And if you click this little button right here, bam, you'll see all the bands you're connected to in a little pop-up. You can expand it for the full view, swipe it down, all while your test is running, okay? How cool is that? I absolutely love that feature. I think it's amazing. The team worked really hard on it, and I'm stoked that we launched it, and it's here. And boom, standalone 5G on the T-Mobile network on US Mobile. Insane. The other super, super cool thing, if any of you have been traveling and your phone has been roaming, and you're like, am I roaming? What am I roaming on? How is this all working? We got you. So check this out. I have enabled the Pronto mobile SIM. I hope, I can't remember if they still know that I have this, but I've been testing it out. And hang on, let me quit the app. Sometimes you need to like wait for everything to get connected. Unknown network. It looks like the SIM just hasn't connected yet. Network's unavailable. Okay, done. Loading, I guess. Oh yeah. Oh well, it's perfect. I think the data has not yet been configured. This is what it looks like. It says, can you read that? Anyway, it says the network is not available, but the cellular tab still gives us the info. And it's super cool. Let me move the mic. Can you guys see that? Yes. Carrier, Flow Live, network, O2. Okay, that is a UK network roaming on T-Mobile. We don't have the IP transit yet because I don't think we're transmitting any data. But you can see the breakdown of this roaming SIM. Like that is so, so cool in my opinion. I love that. I love that. All right, I think we've checked all the boxes of things I wanted to touch on. So let's dive in to answering all the Qs. Wait, stop. Did you hear about the iPhone 5S just got an update? No, I did not hear that. That's insane. What are they updating? Like a critical security vulnerability? That would be the only thing that I could see. But no, I didn't hear that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Scott, Stetson becoming the new, much better sensorly. I appreciate you, Scott. We are trying our best to put really helpful information in the hands of consumers. One more thing with the app. One of my favorite features, I mean, I don't know about you. I open a cellular info app and it shows me all this and I go, what the heck am I looking at? And so we built a what the heck am I looking at button, and it's in the top right, and I can't see it. There it is. It's a question. And we explain in plain English what everything means. And you can just go through, find the term that you're looking for, and see the explanation. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So yeah, we give you the information and we try to explain it to you so you're more informed, you understand what's going on. We even explain RSRP, RSSI, RSRQ, SINR, CQI, all the good stuff. It's all in there. Even TA, the cell identity formula. I don't even know there's a formula for this, right? There's an LTE formula for getting the number and a 5G formula. Nuts. It's on the app. If you're curious to learn more, download the free app, get the update, check it out. Where is LG? I don't know. Android win. Tommy, you're absolutely correct. This is a massive win for Android. You cannot do this on iOS, okay? You simply can't. You simply can't. It would be cool. It would be really cool if we could integrate the cellular info, right? The field test mode. Best case scenario. We're talking best case scenario. We integrate a button to where a user can tap something and launch it, kind of like this field test shortcut, right? If you haven't seen my video on the field test shortcut, definitely check that out. But I show you how you make a shortcut on your phone so you can open field test mode as if it is an application. But yeah, I don't, it's, you know, iPhone, man, it's just too locked down. The walled garden is too walled. I don't like it. I'm not happy about that. Not happy about that. Does Mint or Metro have domestic partner roaming like T-Mobile? I live in an area where I roam in AT&T a lot. I think you're going to want to check your specific area. The best I can do about plans coverage. Here we go. The best I can do is say like, hey, check out the Mint coverage map. If you zoom in, I think there's coverage on what? Yeah, plus. All right, command. Yeah. You can see here that the Mint coverage map is showing partner roaming in parts of upstate New York and Vermont. Okay. So my guess is it does support some domestic roaming. It may not support all domestic roaming, and it's hard to say. And I'll just quickly hide this comment so you can see the zebra stripes are indicating the partner coverage. Okay. And the amount of domestic roaming might also be variable. So you might get more domestic roaming if you have a native T-Mobile plan than on Mint. So if you live in an area with a lot of domestic roaming, it'd be worth doing some more research, and I'd say double checking just to make sure that you get coverage. Wouldn't want you to not have coverage. It's not me, it's someone else. Stetson, have you ever considered monetizing the coverage map service by issuing awards for the networks at the end of the year and licensing them to carriers like Kelly Blue Book? That is a really fascinating idea. I mean, we have the Ookla Speed Test Awards. We have the JD Power Awards. I think OpenSignal probably gives out some awards. I'd be curious, what do you think of that? What do you think of that? Is that something you'd want to see, the Coverage Map Awards? Or do you like more of the raw data? What we have more or less stuck to is just kind of giving users the raw data and kind of letting you decide. So if we look at Boulder County, oops, it's a good thing my spelling doesn't have to matter. We give you the raw data and you can decide based on the metrics what network is best for you. So I'm curious, what you think. A lot of times the networks are really good, like usable or not usable. All of them can be usable. It's how much faster, So I'd be curious that. I also see Tommy ask the same question. Very curious. Apple gave iOS updates to fix certificates or something to keep iMessage FaceTime still working. Oh, that was the update for the iPhone 5. That's wild. That's too much reading. Build in a button for Stetson GPT to explain what I'm looking at like I'm 5. It's not that much reading, I think, when you look at it. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is. That average mountain biker. What got you interested in cellular networks? I would say my journey started back as the old high school Stetson. Do I have one? No, I have one. It's in another room. I had an iPhone 5. Okay. I had a Samsung. I'll just pull it up. It's actually easier. I wrote a novel about this one day. I was like, people need to know about my story. About me. I'll narrate it so you don't have to read anything. I was a student in high school. I got my first phone when I turned 13. It was this. The Samsung SGH T369. Why did I memorize the model number? I don't know, but that's what it was. And it was a piece of hot garbage, okay? The camera was potato quality. The keys are shaped like tiny little bananas, impossible to press. The keyboard was mushy. It was not a good experience. Not a good experience. So I learned you could buy a phone unlocked, okay? And so I saved up and I bought an unlocked iPhone 5. Here it is in my first ever review. Funny enough, of US Mobile. They were the ones I started with. Now I'm on them now. And they used to show home in the status bar back when the iPhone had dots. So I had, wow, this is bringing me back, you guys. Nostalgia. Look at the wallpaper. I had an iPhone 5. Okay. And what was I on with my Samsung phone? I was on the cheapest T-Mobile plan ever in existence. It was $10 a month, unlimited texting, pay per minute calling. And I think it was like 10 cents a minute for calling. So I had texts, calls, but no data. Then I upgraded to an iPhone. And I had an iPhone with texts, calls, and no data. Guys, let me just jump in here. Have you ever tried to use an iPhone with no data. It's awful. The experience is horrible. You can do literally nothing. Weather won't load. Email won't load. Websites don't load. Anything that requires data will not load. All my other friends in high school, they had data plans. Okay. I was a little envious. I wanted a data plan for me. I wanted data for my iPhone 5. And that's when I went on the interwebs. I learned about these things called MVNOs. And I was like, whoa, this seems too good to be true. The same questions that you guys asked me on this stream. Like, are these too good to be true? What's the catch? Is the service any good? How do I sign up? How do I transfer my phone number? Do you get roaming? Right? Those kinds of things. And so I literally started signing up and reviewing cell phone plans. This is back in 2015. March 3rd, 2015. That's when I published my first ever cell phone plan review of US Mobile. And then I tried Cricket. Man, shout out to the home screen layout. This home screen layout was dialed. It was dialed. Maybe I should go back to that. And then I did best cell phone plans of 2025. And oh my God, this is one of the favorite comments I have ever gotten from the Nessa. This was, I don't even remember when this comment was made, but I think it was sometime in 2015. I hope whoever marries you deserves you because you are saving people's lives out here. I appreciate you, the Nessa. That was awesome. That was awesome. And then I did this carrier testing initiative. You can see I upgraded to an iPhone 6S, and I just kept going. T-Mobile prepaid. Ring Plus, shout out to them. They shut down. Page Plus, they've shut down. Project Fi, now Google Fi Wireless. TPO Mobile, they shut down. Freedom Pop, Borderline shut down. Verizon, thankfully Verizon's still here. Are they shutting down? Who knows? Who knows? I'm kidding. Twigby's also still here. I tried Google Voice. And I literally just kept reviewing cell phone plans. And that's how I got into the telecom space. I loved making videos. I loved helping people. And it was just the whole telecom industry was so frustrating. You can see there's like green fringe around me because I was using a green screen. Filming in my parents' basement. So, and yeah, I just kept going and reviewing plans. And that's really how I got into it. The other key points, I needed a better way to compare cell phone plans side by side. Yeah, I would literally go to the sites, right? Like we do here, right? We go to like US Mobile site. Okay, this is how they show their plan details, but it's very nuanced. And then we'll go to like Visible site, right? And we'll go to plans, check out our plans. And this is how Visible shows their plans. It's like somewhat similar, but kind of different. And you're missing a little bit of nuance. And oh my God, if you go to like, sorry, hang on, Twigby's site, and you go to their plans, well, this is how they show their plans. This is totally different, right? Like, where are the features? Is hotspot here? Does visual voicemail work? I had so many questions. Senior year of college, I made it my project to build Comp 307, an independent project. I pitched the faculty, hey, can I turn a website, the best phone plan site, this site that we're on? I used to hand code this. I'm going to tell you right now, disastrous idea. Do not recommend. Horrible experience. Pain in the ass to update. Never again. Never again. But I hand coded it, right? Like with my HTML, CSS, this thing called Bootstrap. And I just tried to make it easier to compare plans. Turn all of that information into coherent, consistent designs that you can visually scan and compare plans side by side. And even then, you know, possibly room to improve on this. But that's, I built the site as part of my senior project. And then after that, co-founded Coverage Map and got into it. The interest in cellular networks really grew from there. Like I started with the plans, analyzing and comparing plans, trying to help people pick plans, doing all that. And yeah, you get into plans and then pretty quickly you get into cellular networks. And yeah, you're just so curious to learn more. Like what impacts data speeds? Why are my speeds slow? Should I upgrade my phone? What's the difference between cellular modems? What's the difference between the X55 and the X70 now? So yeah, that's how I got into it. The average MTBer, thank you so much for the question. It just collects more phone numbers. It's true. I have like 30 phone numbers now. It is not healthy. It is not okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I need to cancel them, but I use them sometimes. The port between things. I will share, in the beginning, I did port my personal number. So it was on T-Mobile first. Then I think it went to US Mobile. I actually don't even remember. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember. I know it was on T-Mobile first. That's where it originated. I know I tried US Mobile, obviously, for the review. I tried Cricket for the review. While I was reviewing, I might have done, I know at some point I was doing this thing where I had two iPhones, right? I had my old iPhone 5, my new 6S, and with iMessage, you could forward iMessages effectively. And so even if you couldn't call me on the phone I was using, you could still text me at my number and I would get it. And I'm thinking of going back to that method. But I know I had, US Mobile, Cricket. I ended up joining a Cricket family. This is a wild story. The data plan I ended up landing on was Cricket. They had a 2 gig plan. And if you had 4 lines, it was like $20 a line. My family didn't have 4 lines. We had 3 lines. And my parents were not interested, okay? They wanted the most affordable option. So I went on Reddit and I joined a family plan with a random person on Reddit I had never even met before. And I got my 2 gigs of data. It was capped at 8 megabits per second. Back in the day, Cricket capped your data. Wow. Throwback to that time. And it was awesome. It rocked. It rocked socks. So that's what I had for a bit. I think after that, the family plan disbanded, sadly. And I think I ported to AT&T prepaid for a bit in there. And then I was on, because AT&T prepaid had like the talk, text, and no data plan. I was like, I don't really need data. So like I was like on Wi-Fi most of the time. And then I ported to Mint in college. I think from AT&T prepaid to Mint. And then at some point I went from Mint to US Mobile. And I've been on US Mobile pretty much ever since. All right, we got some. Yeah, Peter, I can read your comment. I was just rambling. Now just AI code it. No longer need to hand code it. Now I'm paying someone else to I guess kind of hand code it. But yeah, that was a pain. The CMS really helped. We have some generous super chats coming in. It's not me, it's someone else. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Does anyone know if Pronto Mobile, presented by Coverage Map, will soon support setting CNAM on their business plans, or is that a technical limitation only available to the MNOs? I'm going to be honest, it's not me, it's someone else. I genuinely wish I could help you. I have no idea what that means. I'm so curious to learn more. My best guess is that it might be only available to MNOs, but I don't know. I can look into this for you. Do a quick screenshot. I don't remember it. Jordan, I'll just say Jordan, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Why do I get 5G SA on band 41 on a T-Mobile SIM, but 4G on US Mobile Lightspeed band 66 on the same phone, Pixel 9, and literally the same location at the same time? My question for you, are you running dual SIM or are you doing one SIM at a time? Other than that, I have no follow-up questions. I have no idea. Sometimes it can vary. Anecdotally, no, this doesn't answer your question, but I think I was traveling recently and someone, not going to name any names, but someone forgot to charge my Pixel 10 Pro XL. It was me. I forgot, okay? And it was in battery saver mode at like 9% battery in the airport, wouldn't connect to 5G, only stayed on LTE. Meanwhile, my iPhone, so is connected to 5G. So sometimes I feel like low battery can play a role. It does not sound like that's at all related to what you're talking about, but I figured I'd throw it out there anyway. Guys, does anyone have any ideas for what Jordan? So dual SIM, yes, both eSIMs. T-Mobile has 5G standalone, US Mobile does not. Boom, Ryan's got you. Yeah, I think that's the answer, Jordan. I think because what happened on the iPhone side of things is we had to wait for a carrier bundle update before, honestly, that might have been what I was experiencing. Because if it's a 5G standalone connection, maybe the carrier doesn't support it. but I'm getting 5G standalone right now on US Mobile. Like, boom, here, hang on. Hide neighbor cells. I find the neighbor cells annoying. Here we are. Literally 5G standalone, connected to N41. I can open another app and see NetMonster. Yeah, 5G SA. This actually gives you the megahertz, which is super nice. But that's US Mobile, and that's standalone. It probably comes down to the carrier bundle. Wow, battery saver mode on Google Pixels disables 5G entirely. I was curious about that, but definitely can confirm that. Jared, we do not have to run out of data. We can confirm from the Red Pocket website that their plan, hang on, what is it? Plans, yeah, GSMT. I need to bookmark this. Star. Red Pocket, GSMT. Other bookmarks, where do I put this? Bookmarks bar? Done. Perfect. Let me add this to the stream so you guys don't think I'm insane. We're looking at the T-Mobile plans right now. How can you tell? I wish I could zoom in, but I can't. It is this URL, redpocket.com/plans/plans-GSMT. If we hit learn more, you can see right here, 50 gigs of high speed, and then speeds may be reduced to 1 megabit per second. So after 50 gigs, you're getting slowed. Simple as that. Simple as that. So not the same, not the same. Hey, Stetson, why do some Google Fi features not work on iPhone? Are they protecting Google Pixel phones? I don't think they're protecting Google Pixel phones. I think they're lazy and don't want to support it. They want to, promote Android, make sure Android has the best experience. I do think most features do work on iPhone at this moment. So not specifically sure what you're missing out on. I can use this tab. I can get Gemini on it. Find out. What features does Google Fi support on Android but not on iPhone in 2026? Question mark, thinking, send. All right, we'll see what Gemini comes up with. Using Red Pocket on the T-Mobile network. We already answered that. I feel like some more questions should have come in. Yeah, Stetson saying goodbye to his family because he found a new one on Reddit. What do you think about US Mobile current deal compared to Visible? I think it comes down to coverage. If you want AT&T coverage, go with US Mobile. If you want Verizon coverage, go with Visible. I get better Verizon coverage, so I'm with Visible. Will you ever get to a point where you just purge every cell phone plan and have to start over? Scott, I'm thinking about it, okay? I think there is a way I could optimize it. Here's the thing. Here is the problem with postpaid. For me, my niche problem. All of the postpaid plans require your social security number. Your account gets associated with you. So ideally, I would like to, and all the carriers offer porting deals, right? So I could just 360 all of my lines. Take my AT&T lines, port all of those to Verizon, get all of the port-in deals, port all of my Verizon lines to T-Mobile, get all the T-Mobile deals, port all my T-Mobile lines to AT&T and get all the AT&T deals. Perfect, right? But the problem is it's the same account, and I don't think I'd be able to do that. But anyway. Tommy is building a website as we stream. Tommy, what are you building? What are you building? How many times do you think your phone is ported between carriers? I think the last time I tried to count this, it was 17, but that seems high. I wish I had kept better notes. I needed a telecom journal. Where has this phone number been? Esti Bendito is saying, hey everyone, my only issue with Visible is I can't dial Mexican landline. I'm on the Plus Pro plan with a Pixel 8. Yeah. The international calling is supported, but there are often restrictions on international calling, unfortunately. International calling. Bam. I wish it was better and easier to find out, right? So this is what they have. Explore Visible plan features. I want the international calling list. International calling countries, global pass. This is simply not helpful. 140 countries. Where's the calls? Here we go. International service, visible plan, visible plus pro, all 50 states, roaming, 500 minutes a month to 85 countries. But what are the countries? Where are the countries? I have no idea. I've got nothing. I wish I could help. Oh, here we go. Robert Ford. Hey, Stetson, we want to get a 5-line family plan in the Boulder, Longmont area. I'm your guy, Robert. And thank you so much for your patience. It's probably been like 10 minutes since you asked this. Over that. Which postpaid carrier offers the best coverage and value? Thanks. Robert, I think that's a fantastic question. Please do not get AT&T. That is the main message. I would say right now, it's going to be between Verizon and T-Mobile. I would say... What, 5-line family plan? Depends if you need, first of all, Robert, I would encourage you not to go with a postpaid carrier. I'd encourage prepaid. It depends if you need new phones or not. I think Verizon has some very tempting offers for new lines, right? Specifically looking at this 4 iPhone 16s on us, 4 lines for $25 a line. This is the unlimited welcome plan, which is not really a good plan, but man, all right, hang on, Robert. I'm going to give you an actual answer. Where did that spreadsheet go? Let's pull it up. We got to give you the real answer. I think value-wise, it'll likely be T-Mobile. All right, Robert, oops. 1 second. Bear with me. Share screen. Window. There it is. The cheapest way to upgrade your iPhone. I'm assuming you're upgrading your iPhone, which is a bull. A, I'm assuming you have iPhones. B, I'm assuming it's the Pro Max model. And C, I'm assuming you upgrade every 5 years. Really, you want to crunch the numbers and do all the math out yourself, but we're going to cheat and we're going to use our best guess. So cheapest for 5 lines, AT&T, no. Swappa, that's kind of inconvenient. Apple trade-in, this is actually not bad. If you get a 5-line family plan that's $25 or less per line, then you can just trade into Apple and upgrade every time. That's going to be a fantastic value. Next is actually T-Mobile Go 5G Plus. Now, naturally, this has been discontinued, which is very frustrating, but that leads me to believe there is a high probability that the Experience More plan is going to be the next best thing. And because you have 5 lines, you're actually going to be eligible for the Experience. Nope, it's just called Better Value. So if we do 5 lines, better value. $200 a month. Let's check. Hang on. Let's check the numbers. Go back to the sheet. We were estimating cost per line per month of 44. Is that right? I didn't freeze the column. This is a disaster plan. Yeah, okay. 44. Ooh, that's probably not true. 200 divided by 5. Oh, shoot, that is true. It's actually less. Actually, after taxes and fees, it'll probably be similar. All right, we're back in business. Robert, I think the answer, high probability, T-Mobile, better value. Okay, better value is basically going to give you the same features as Experience Beyond, but for a way better price. Instead of $260, it'd be $200. Now, I know you'll see Essentials and be like, wow, Essentials is really cheap. I want to get that. Robert, do not get Essentials. You might be asking why. Essentials, poor plan, fewer perks. It's deprioritized. It is not worth it in any capacity. Please do not get Essentials. I would highly encourage better value. I would say Experience More, but it's the same price. Yeah, get better value. This is crazy. Yeah, better value on T-Mobile. It'll give you, like, it's packed to the gills with features. Premium data, T-Satellite, upgrade your phone every 2 years, Netflix standard with ads, Apple TV for $3, Hulu, add a watch and tablet line for just $5 a month. Coverage is superb in Boulder. I mean, look at this. Yeah. Let me hang on. Quickly just check to make sure that it doesn't zoom to my location. Got to be careful of that. Speed test, perfect. Not gonna do that. And then this, perfect. All right. I've literally biked, walked, run, jogged, and driven all over Longmont and Boulder, running speed tests on 4 phones simultaneously to figure out which one is best. If we do color profile, best carrier. All of the pink, that's T-Mobile. All of the red, that's Verizon. T-Mobile and Verizon are fantastic. All of the blue, that's AT&T. You know what you see in Longmont? 0 blue squares. So that's why you don't want to get AT&T. T-Mobile and Verizon are going to be fantastic. And I think from a price perspective, T-Mobile will be better. All right. T-Mobile will be better with their better value plan. If we look at the spreadsheet, Verizon Unlimited Plus could be good, but it's coming in at $695 versus $650. So that's about $45, $44 more per line per month in net cost. Nope, that's wrong. Per line per year in net cost. So for 5 lines, that really adds up. Do I have the grand totals here? No, it doesn't look like I do. This is probably a grand total, but we have to multiply it by 5. So yeah, I think T-Mobile, better value is the option. If for whatever reason you were like, yeah, I need Verizon coverage, the mid-tier plan is probably the best overall value from Verizon, and that's going to be Verizon Unlimited Plus. And Verizon might give you some good deals as well. Oops, hang on, go back. I'm sure T-Mobile has screaming deals as well. The plan, yeah, Verizon Unlimited Plus. If you have 5 lines, yeah, $41 a month plus taxes and fees, so very similar to T-Mobile, but I think you get more features on T-Mobile's plan. The one thing I will mention while we're here talking about coverage, one thing our map does, let's just go to all carriers, all, and we want to do carrier. If you ski at, am I looking at this right? Idaho Springs, no. Hang on. Yeah, here it is. If you go skiing at A Basin, this is kind of niche, but you can see that AT&T has service. You'll get service there. Verizon has service. You get service there. Actually, really good service. T-Mobile, and no coverage at Arapahoe Basin. I guess you technically get some at the top of the mountain, but you're latching onto a cell tower that's like way far away, Keystone or something. So if you ski there, I think Verizon will be better. Otherwise, T-Mobile's fantastic, super, super fast. I guess there's no coverage in that mountain town as well. But yeah, I hope that's helpful, Robert. I appreciate you. All right, going down. Do we have more comments coming in? We answered that one. It's not me, it's someone else. Thank you again for your generosity and support. Stetson, you need to know. You need to know that Jace the Nerd wants AT&T with Turbo, but his friend is afraid they can't afford it. I wish there was a website that could help compare plans and carriers. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I wish someone would make a website like that. Just kidding, we have a website. bestphoneplans.net. Easy promotion. You guys set me up. Layup and dunk. Plans. I would encourage you not to get Turbo. I don't think you need Turbo. That's my hot take. I want you to save money. I don't think you need Turbo. But if you wanted to compare plans and features, you can use the Best Phone Plans site. Check it out. And we have all of the AT&T plans. AT&T. No, I was like, why is Red Pocket here? It's because Red Pocket has AT&T in the name. So we'll not use the name filter. We'll use the actual carrier filter and just do AT&T, and bam. You can compare all of them. And you can also do multi-lines. 5 lines. Bam. That cost. Even have the discounts in there. So, yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive. Jordan, thank you so much. Update, I'm now seeing 5 GSA on Lightspeed on band 41. There you go. There you go. Sometimes it just takes a restart, finicky. Actually, what'd you do, Jordan? How'd you get it to work? Yeah. Tommy's saying it. AT&T Turbo is not necessary for most people. Did you guys see the AT&T Turbo? Hang on. AT&T Turbo newsroom. AT&T unleashes Turbo Live. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Turbo is now available as a VIP connection specifically for live events, conveniently introduced a couple of weeks before the Super Bowl. It allows everyone, including T-Mobile and Verizon customers, the ability to boost their connection at live events. So anyone can pay for AT&T Turbo Live. We don't have any pricing yet. Like if I search this for $, oh, we have $1. Where is it? I have no idea where it is. We got nothing. It's available in 11 stadiums. Alabama, Atlanta, Chicago, Houston, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, San Antonio, San Francisco, including where the Super Bowl is going to be played, and Seattle. And you can basically sign up. Is there a price? Your VIP connection. Sign up before you arrive. No commitment. Okay? You just get, what do you get? May take 15 minutes to apply. Enjoy your data boost as you're there and stay in touch with everyone you know. Boost your experience, stay in the loop, share the show, own every moment. The irony here is you're going to a live event and then paying to be on your phone at a live event. Very curious. There's one other big Turbo Live. Scan the QR code. Guys, do I scan it? I just want to know what the price is. See venue lists, stay updated. Let's get started. Okay. AT&T Turbo Live. Try a one-time code. All right, I might have to try that on one of my phones that has an AT&T line, which I technically have over here. I'll try it later. Here's the funny thing. Okay? AT&T Turbo, it's available for all customers, including T-Mobile and Verizon. Who is this for? Almost everyone who's on T-Mobile and Verizon has a locked phone. They can't use their second SIM card. I had a mini rant about this earlier in the live stream. It's horrible. It's horrible. So, yeah. I don't know what they're thinking based on so many people have locked devices and they can't use their second eSIM. It's just so silly. It's so silly. Oh, man. Steak 400. Oh, man. Speaking of which, I've been thinking a lot. I did a live stream with Max. Shout out to Max. And, wow, Sneed Mobile Tech, SMT, the man, the myth, the legend, on Max's show a couple weeks ago now. And one thing that stuck with me, this is going back to your name, Steak, is how the Sneed had this analogy. The wireless industry is like steak. Right? What do I mean by that? Or what does Sneed mean by that? And you should go check out Sneed. His channel's awesome. It's packed with information. But the analogy is, let's say you want a steak dinner, okay? You have 4 different options. Option 1, you can go to a premium, top-of-the-line restaurant and get a delicious cut of steak, but you're paying for it. It's expensive. A waiter's coming out. They're serving it to you. It's cooked to perfection. It's got a delicious sauce on it or butter or whatever. Seasoned to perfection, but it's expensive. It's like a $200 meal or whatever, $100 meal. I don't know how much steak is. That's option 1. Option 2, you can get the same steak meal, but you can go to a lower end restaurant, something more budget. You know, maybe choose a more affordable cut of steak. You're still getting the steak served to you, but it's a lower quality experience, okay? Or option 3, you can go to a store. You can buy a premium cut of steak and cook it at home yourself. Or option 4, you can go to the store, you can buy a budget cut of steak, and you can cook that budget cut of steak at home, and maybe it was like $15 or $10 or whatever, and you can have that. So those are your 4 steak options. The premium, top-of-the-line restaurant experience, that's like going with a postpaid carrier, right? That's Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. You go to an AT&T store, T-Mobile store, Verizon store, they will handhold you through getting a new phone. They'll sign you up for the phone insurance. They'll sell you the phone cases and the chargers and the cables and the accessories, but they'll give you the whole experience and you pay for it. It's expensive. Option 2 is, going to a lower end restaurant. And the lower end restaurant is kind of like going to a carrier owned prepaid brand. It's like going to a Cricket Wireless store or a Metro by T-Mobile store or a Boost Mobile store. You'll still get a steak. It'll probably still be good. It's still steak, but the experience might not be as good. The hand holding, the in-store experience might not be as good. And it will be cheaper, right? You'll be saving money on your phone bill typically when compared to the postpaid carriers, right? Cricket's plans are generally more affordable. Metro's plans are generally more affordable. And, I forget who the example is for Verizon. Maybe Total Wireless's plans are more affordable, right? That's going to the second restaurant. Going out and buying a premium cut of steak yourself at a grocery store is kind of like getting a premium plan from an MVNO. It's like going to US Mobile and getting US Mobile Unlimited Premium. You're getting the top of the line features, the same features you would get from a postpaid carrier, or even Visible Plus Pro. You're getting premium features, the same you would get from a postpaid carrier, but you got to do it yourself. You got to do the online activation yourself. You got to make sure your phone is unlocked. You got to activate the eSIM, download the eSIM. If you want to switch devices or upgrade, you got to know how to transfer the eSIM. If you're traveling abroad, you got to know how to toggle things on and off. You got to use the mobile app to manage your line and stuff. There is no hand-holding. You are doing it yourself. You are cooking your own steak, but you can still get that premium experience. And that fourth option, you go to the store, you buy that budget cut of steak and you cook that up. That's like going with a low priority budget cell phone carrier. Okay. This is like going with, I don't know, maybe like a Mint Mobile or a Red Pocket or a Tello or one of US Mobile's deprioritized plans or, one of those plans, right? Like you can save even more money. You just have to, again, do everything yourself. You got to season the steak yourself. You got to cook it yourself, know what you're doing. Again, with the number transfers, device activations, but you can save a whole lot of money. So steak, that was my side tangent. I think Sneed nailed it. I think that is a perfect analogy for the telecom industry. It's just, you're getting a steak and you got to decide if you want the premium restaurant experience and you're going to pay for it, or if you want to save money and cook that steak yourself. And I'm trying to help people save money and figure out how to cook their own steak. Steak 400, to answer your question, Stetson, do you think MrBeast Mobile will be good or just marketing hype BS? The answer is somewhere in the middle, right? Like fundamentally, everyone's out here selling steak, right? MrBeast, he's going to be selling steak. So what's going to make people go to MrBeast's steakhouse over going to a fancy restaurant? And the answer is marketing. It is that marketing hype. Actually, hang on. I'm thinking in my head that the stream is like backwards. So I got to point over here for your comment. The answer is marketing, right? MrBeast has the distribution, the audience, the marketing. That's what's going to distinguish them. Because at the end of the day, you're getting data, your mobile service, your connectivity, your voice, your talk, your text. You're getting that, and it's going to be on Verizon, it's going to be on AT&T, or it's going to be on T-Mobile. I'm not 100% sure, but my guess is MrBeast is on T-Mobile. And it'll be the same coverage as T-Mobile, right? The native T-Mobile network. So, I pointed right the first time. My mind is broken. All right, never mind. Buy a McDouble for $8. Yeah, the cheap of the cheap. Anyway. Yeah, MrBeast Mobile, it will do well because of the marketing and the distribution, but at the end of the day, it's the same phone service that every MVNO is reselling. So we'll see. Can't wait for a MrBeast Mobile versus Trump Mobile video. That'll be funny. Tommy, this is really funny. AT&T sucks near Levi Stadium. I live here, I know. I wonder if it's good in the stadium. We traded Boost Mobile for Beast Mobile. Honestly, I think I would put more faith in Jimmy than I would in Boost. Is that bad to say? I think Jimmy can actually crush it. So I'll root for him. What option is a frozen Salisbury steak? I'm not sure how good that is. Considering it's frozen and not fresh, that to me implies a slightly lower quality, and that might mean it's it's option 4, right? It's like an MVNO. Jimmy can sell, Boost can't. So yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true, and that was Boost's problem, among other things, among many things. Yeah, so I think Jimmy will solve that. I think the real challenge Jimmy's going to face, 2 words: customer service. When you're launching a new telecom carrier, you're going to have so many problems. Like customers will have issues. Just you go on Reddit and you see all sorts of issues. It doesn't matter what MVNO it is. Doesn't matter if it's Verizon directly or T-Mobile directly. People have all kinds of issues for who knows what reasons. And I think Jimmy's problem is he can likely launch Beast Mobile and ramp it up so fast. I think he'll experience a lot of growing pains. And it will be, how does he triage, mitigate, and address the customer service and support issues? That's what I think. That would be my guess. And because if people sign up and they have a bad experience, what are they going to do? They're going to leave. And they may not recommend it to their friends and family. So we'll see what happens. I think the biggest advantage that Jimmy has is A, kids want it. B, it'll probably save their parents money. C, he can likely offer exclusive experiences to his subscribers, right? Like imagine, like on YouTube, if Jimmy meets you in real life, he's like, oh, are you subscribed? I'll give you $100 or whatever. Imagine he's doing an event and he's pulling contestants for the event from his mobile phone subscribers, right? That's like a value add. Or he gives them an exclusive behind the scenes or exclusive show. Jimmy can add value to that subscription and make it so worth it. Beast Mobile. Yeah, I don't expect Beast Mobile to be very competitive at all. I expect it to be very standard pricing. You're buying the brand. I agree. I think, what are we going to see? I have the answer. We all have the answer. High probability. I think it's going to be extremely similar pricing-wise to Smartless Mobile. Right? Like, I think... are these just like not loading? What's going on right now? See details. Of course I want to see the details. Where are the plans? Plans? Are we on the plans page? This is the plans page? Do they get rid of everything? What is going on right now? Close that. Close that. Wow. This is not compelling at all. But I think this is the pricing. I think realistically, Jimmy can hit this pricing because Smartless Mobile, it's the brand, right? These guys are selling the brand. They've got bundled what most people need. 10 gigs for $10 is insane. And then $15 a month, that's actually really good. 15 gigs for $25, starting to get less good, especially when you can go with Visible and get truly unlimited. It's like so hard to be an MVNO these days. And you've got 30 gigs for $30. Jimmy will likely be working with similar metrics. Maybe the team builds a more affordable plan, like a kids plan, right? You target the parents, target the kids. Maybe there's something with exclusivity. But fundamentally, I think this is likely what we're going to see pricing-wise. Red Pocket might not be a bad proxy as well. I don't really need terms and conditions. I just want the plans. Bam. We built our plans for real life. Well, Red Pocket, I actually don't live in the real life. I live my own made-up reality. So I'm going to want a made-up plan. No, I'm kidding. I just think they're funny. $10 for 3 gigs, $20 for 20 gigs. That's actually pretty comparable. And then $30 for 50 gigs. That could be comparable as well. So, yeah. Yeah, it's oof. It's oof. I'd also be curious if MrBeast does phones. I wonder how MrBeast Samsung sponsorships will play into MrBeast Mobile. Man, what's funny to me is Like all these creators are promoting Samsung phones or Google phones, and yet we know they use an iPhone. It'd be great, in my opinion, to find like Tommy. I think Google should sponsor you. You use Google. You are a Google Pixel user. You love the phone. I think you'd be a way better spokesperson than Jimmy or all these people who are like getting paid to use it for an event and then they immediately go back to their iPhone for iMessage because everyone's on iMessage. And it's kind of annoying how good it is, but it's incredible. Yeah, boom. Today I'm giving away 500 iPhones with MrBeast Mobile to 500 random subscribers. What'll be really interesting is if MrBeast Mobile decides to purchase the volume of iPhones they need to get their own carrier bundle, or if they don't. Don't ask what you do for work. Are you a Pixel spokesperson? Cohen Barrett. Hi, Stetson. Hello from Colorado. Again, I'm currently on Verizon and currently debating switching to something different. What do you think? Cohen, fantastic question. You're talking to a guy who reviews prepaid cell phone carriers for a living, who loves helping people save money. Cohen, did I say that right? Cohen, I'm like second guessing myself. Anyway, Cohen, I'm in your shoes. I'm immediately jumping ship to Visible, right? Exact same Verizon coverage that you're used to. $26 a month. Unlimited priority data. Like you're getting the exact same network experience at under half the price, pretty much guaranteed for a single line. If you have multiple lines, it's a different story. But if I'm in your shoes, I'm taking advantage of this promo tonight because it literally ends in 3 hours and 36 minutes. But it's month to month, so you can switch at any time. There's no consequence. And if another better deal pops up, you'll have the flexibility to switch to that. So, and so I would recommend doing that. Which is why I asked. And he said, all right, perfect. Yeah, no, I would 100% switch. If I'm in your shoes, if you have to pay off a phone, that's something to be mindful of, right? Like if you are financing one of your devices, like a Pixel or an iPhone, and you have to pay this off and it's like $800 or $1,000, that is a little inconvenient. I'm not going to lie. But month over month, I think the savings are there and I think it's worth it. So I would do it. I would switch to Visible. That's what I would suggest and encourage, but that's also just me. So I hope that's helpful. What do you think about Klarna Mobile? It's good. I mean, it's again, what all these companies are really trying to solve for is effectively distribution. It's how do we distribute our plans to users? And with Klarna, they have an existing user base. And so what they're trying to do is just distribute their plan to their user base. High probability, you're going to save money. It's by gigs. It's priority data. Get priority data on AT&T, the nation's most reliable network, with a mobile plan from Klarna. No hassle, cancel anytime. The activation flow is actually quite nice. And no, all the perks, no lock-in. Like, it's actually really nice. It's a good plan. And you have to keep in mind, like, most people in the US are on one of the premium plans, right? They're paying up the wazoo for their cell phone service. They don't know of the glorious option of going to the grocery store and cooking your own premium steak. And it can taste just as good. So definitely do that. We got to say goodbye to Marco. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. So yeah, it's a good value. Yeah, totally fine. It competes really well with US Mobile. Of course, US Mobile is doing their crazy promos. But in some sense, look, I love US Mobile, and this is also confusing as heck. Okay? I think if you have to make a spreadsheet, not only that, a tabbed spreadsheet, a tabbed table to help consumers understand your plans. And you know people aren't going to know what this means. QCI 9, QCI 8, no one's going to know what that means unless you guys are you and you're watching me, and I respect you because you know and you're awesome. But most people aren't. And that's confusing. And if you just go to Klarna, oh, it's one plan, it's $40, it's unlimited data. Could not be simpler. And coverage is the same. You don't need to worry about it. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, Klarna can just say they're using AT&T. I don't know how come. The other, hang on. I don't want to Google this. I want to Gemini this. All right, I'm gonna Gemini this. And we'll see what we get. But yeah. Scott, what you mean the rest of the world aren't weird phone nerds like me? This is brand new information. Yeah, hey, tell me about it. I talked to my friends and oh my God. Guys, I just had a sobering realization. I think of my friends, exactly 0 of them pay for their own cell phone bill. They're still on their parents' plans. Oh my God. I just have to stay in this. I have to stay in this game for like maybe 10 years. Maybe when they get married. Nope. Even then, their 30s, 40s, they'll still be there. They'll still be there. Yeah, that's quite a realization. All of my friends, we're not even millennials. Gen Z, Gen X. What happens after millennial? Someone, if you know that, that's probably the generation I am. The 97 babies. But yeah, most people are on their family plans. If you're like me, you're on another family plan and you're like, I don't know, you had a symbiotic relationship, 2 organisms living together, helping each other out. It's like the bacteria and the dirt helping the plants. We were helping each other out, right? Gen X, millennial, Gen Z. Am I a Gen Z then? I am a family plan. Wait, Tommy, no way. I am a family plan. I solved my own problem. I should have a family plan with my friends. All right, I want to go back to the Klarna thing because that is interesting. So, Revolt, Klarna, won by Walmart. Hang on. OnePay. That seems not likely. Nubank, that was Latin America. Klarna. I feel like there was another one that just launched, but I can't recall it. Yeah, no, that's wild. It is wild that they're just able to say that. 1997 and later. I guess I am Gen Z. I'm a millennial. Gen Z. I am a family plan. All man Stetson 2060 promoting 9G plans. Scott saying I have married friends who are still in their parents' plans, so nope. Yeah. I think too, subjectively, I've gone on many first dates, and I think the girls I've gone out with are also on their parents' plans. Yeah. No, it's yeah, I should get all my friends on a family plan with me. Well, the thing is, then people have to pay me money, friends money. Sometimes you don't want to do that. The thing is, they're not even paying their families, right? They just get the service for free. What do you think about Red Pocket's iPhone deals? We'll pull it up. Red Pocket Mobile, bam. Phones. $150. I mean, it reminds me of Mint, right? Like you have to sign up. It's probably going to be locked to Red Pocket for 12 months. And you get a rebate applied, I think, to the plan itself. How does it work? Oh, dang. I'm mistaken. The phone says unlocked. I take that back. But it is like pay today, plan cost 30. So you have to sign up with a $30 plan. And, okay, silver. Guys, I am going to say I do wish I had the silver one. Available offers. $150 Mac, Premium Plus. Okay. Huh. Okay. Check out. No protection plan. No, thank you. Oh, $150 rebate after 3 months. So you're required to you have to have the plan for 3 months. So $60, it's unlocked. And you get $150 back. But is it a rebate on the service? I think it's probably a good net deal, but you probably want to stick with Red Pocket. And I mean, their AT&T plans are honestly not a bad value. They're actually pretty reasonable, but I think it's not for me. It's not for me is what I'll say. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. How much do your parents pay for their phone bill? My parents, the last I checked, are on a shared US Mobile plan, a shared data plan from US Mobile. I think they're spending probably $30 a month for 2 lines. So maybe $15 a line. That's been their budget, is $15 a line. I'll have to ask them. Yeah. Stetson judging his Hinge days by who their carrier is. That should be my opening question. Who is your cell phone carrier? Only one correct answer. I am not surprised you asked that on a first date. In my defense, I often don't ask that. It comes up, right? Like in America, we ask, what do you do? It just so happens I have this niche occupation of reviewing cell phone plans. And it comes up that I review cell phone plans. And then I often, rather than ask a question, will say, oh, you're probably on your parents' plan. Or it'll come out that they're on their parents' plan. And they're like, yeah. And that's the case with most people. All my friends, my friends' friends, my first dates, my second dates, right? Like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. When she says US Mobile Warp, that's how he knows she's the one. That would definitely help. That'd be a great filter. No one's gonna know that though. I took over my family plan to get the first net plus family discount. Nice, Clint. That's how it's done. You the man. That's awesome. Also in Red Pocket, you don't have to pay any state taxes. Red Pocket's taxes went up for me, so I'm not 100% sure how come. The last time I made changes to my parents' plan, I got them a great deal. Then my dad got mad at me and doubled the bill for no good reason. Oh, that hurts. Tommy just trying to be a good son, helping people out, saving some money, and then Tommy, that's so fair. That's so fair. My Pixel's a low pass filter for first dates. If they go, ew, it's green, it did its job. It's true. It's true. Fun fact, I went on a date with a girl with an iPhone, and the messages were green. And it came up that she used to be a Pixel user and got flack from her friends for being the green bubble. It's iPhone users. We're atrocious. We're horrible. We're vicious. We're like piranhas. You see a green bubble and we're like, ew, not for us. We couldn't possibly dream of sending a green bubble message. But she was like, oh, I totally get it. Like, yeah, you do you. And so that was cool. That was cool. Yeah, it is a green flag. 100%. I can't convince my mom to get rid of Spectrum Mobile. It's not bad. It's not that bad. If I ever switch to iPhone, I'd turn off iMessage to spite the world. I respect it. TBH. I don't think I can date a girl with an Android. This is so funny. Tommy's over here like, my Android is my filter. This filters out people. And Scott's over here like, yeah, man, blue bubble or bust. Yeah. Green bubbles with RCS is fine. With SMS, it's bad. It's so true. It's so true. It's just a disaster. It's like, how is it 2025 and messaging still does not feel solved? That's the truth of the matter. That is the truth of the matter. It still doesn't feel solved. Yeah, it really does. It really does. The good news is you have so many phone numbers you don't know which one to give away. Yeah. Do you want my primary number, my personal number, my side chick number, my extra number, that other number that I use for other things? Like which one do you want? How do you want to hit me up? They got options. They got options. Did I say 2026? I probably said 2025. Jace the Nerd coming in with the facts. Calling someone is greater than texting them. Except sometimes. Except sometimes. It'd be so annoying. Scott, you're right. It would be a minor inconvenience. Tommy, what do you do on Android? Do you Android video call? I've like tried video calling people, and I feel like it opens a Google Meet. It used to be Google Duo. We had this thing called Google Allo, which was gonna fix messaging, but then that was shut off. It's just yeah, we got Signal, AirDrop from Pixel. That's a fact. That's actually super cool. So Scott, hey, you can AirDrop. I actually AirDrop my friends' photos quite a bit. I take that back. We use that and I love it. My friends think I'm insane that I have 4 phone numbers and 2 phones. I don't even know if I've told my friends that I have like 30 phone numbers on 30 phones. Oh God. The horrors. The horrors. Obviously, the Apple way is to send a FaceTime link for your Android buddies to join, but obviously not ideal. Google has as many messaging apps as Stetson has phone numbers. Scott, spitting facts. Spitting facts. Yeah, Signal is pretty good. What do I use? Telegram is pretty good. Yeah, I think at one point I tried to get my friends to use Telegram back in high school. WhatsApp. I actually don't really like the WhatsApp messaging interface. Yeah. Unfortunately, iMessage is my favorite. I will say Facebook Messenger, I strongly dislike Facebook. But their Messenger app, it's good. It's really good. It's really good. I think it's really good. RCS has definitely helped close the gap for messaging the world. Both systems are great in their own ways. I have an Android and an iPhone, like them both. They both have their strengths, yeah. Oh, man. The OG Hangouts, they used to do call, text, and video calls all in one. Hangouts is still here, but does it not do that anymore? Facebook messages equals WhatsApp without encryption. Okay, you're probably right. I will say from the messaging interface perspective, I think Facebook Messenger is so much better. So much, just from the interface. And then wasn't the WhatsApp encryption? I feel like I read an article or glanced a clickbaity headline saying WhatsApp was not encrypted. Hang on. Yeah, this is it. 7 days ago? Yeah. I don't want to be spreading misinformation, but the title I saw, lawsuit alleges that WhatsApp has no end-to-end encryption. I wonder if we can get a... All right, WhatsApp chief Will Cathcart jumped into the comments. This is totally false. He wrote to Musk. WhatsApp can't read messages because the encryption keys are stored on the phone and we don't have access to them. So yeah, probably has no merit. There you go. But it was a clickbaity headline and it got me to not only click, but Google it. Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat. I think Snapchat is my least favorite messaging app because the messages delete. And I'm not against deleting messages, but like immediately? What if I forgot what someone said? It was like, oh, we're going here. Let's meet there at this address. And then the address is gone. Like, that's not helpful. Then you have to like tap to save the message. Like, I don't want that. That's a disaster. That's a disaster. Bike for life. This is a safe space. Hangouts is now Google Chat with Google Meet integration. That sounds like a mess. Yeah, because it was Google Hangouts. So it's now Google Chat. Oh, but that's separate from Google Voice. Yeah, because Hangouts used to have voice and chat, but now it's Google Chat with Google Meet. Got it. Oh, interesting. Server-side encrypted versus end-to-end encrypted. I feel like here in the US, it becomes a bit more tricky and weird if you're not on iMessage, just from how popular and widely used it is here. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like in the US, iMessage is like a status symbol. It's just how it is. Okay, yeah, Scott, this is also true. The problem with Android, it's also so fragmented that half my Green Bubble friends don't even have RCS. And what's awful is now you have like the one Green Bubble friend who doesn't have RCS, and it throws off your RCS group chat. Yeah. Is it weird how little I use the phone calling feature on my phone nowadays? Anyone else or just me? Yeah, I would actually agree with you. I feel like when I am making a call, first of all, FaceTime audio. The bitrate is insane. The quality is crystal clear. The vocal intonations you hear, the depth, it's like you're talking to someone in real life. It's so much better. So much better than a phone call. Then often I'm FaceTiming. You just see someone, which is a little inconvenient, I will say. Sometimes you're like, I don't really want to like look at this person while I'm talking to them. Like, you know what I mean? I just want to like point this at my ceiling or, just do the FaceTime audio. But yeah, phone calling, I feel like I do use less and less. I try and FaceTime audio or straight up FaceTime pretty much all the time. I have a dream that one day our children will be judged not by the color of their bubbles, but by the content of their messages. Tommy, that's well said. HD voice is pretty good. Sometimes it is pretty good. Sometimes it's not. Calls are so inconvenient because both people have to be available at the same time. That's true. And sometimes you're like, I'm just going to message this person, and I know that when they wake up, they will see my messages and they can respond then. But sometimes it is shocking to me. Like, just thinking about time allocation, sometimes you're in your group chat or even just like coordinating something with a friend, and you'll like go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And like, you'll get a message, you'll think about how to compose your response, what you want to say, you send a response, you wait, you get a response back, you're like thinking about it. And this whole interaction could have literally been a 60-second phone call. Like the volume of information that humans can communicate over voice, immeasurably faster. I speak at roughly 150 words per minute when I make a video, probably right now. And when you text, I text on a computer, maybe 85 words per minute. Maybe I'll hit 120, way less. And then on a phone, probably even less, maybe 65 words per minute. And that's typing. Then the other person has to receive it and read it. And I don't know how to measure reading speed, but I'm guaranteed slow for sure. So yeah, just the time and balance of information transfer. Humans are very good at voice. Off topic, but is Xfinity internet good in the Michigan area? Yeah, it's probably pretty good. Xfinity is generally pretty good internet. High probability it's copper, so definitely want to check those upload speeds. See if you can bundle anything. Sometimes you get a deal if you bundle Xfinity Mobile and Xfinity Internet as well. Could be worth running a check to see if you're eligible for T-Mobile Home Internet, Verizon Home Internet, or AT&T Internet Air. Sometimes those plans are more affordable. So that's going to be good as well. So if someone doesn't use iPhone, that means they're poor. It doesn't mean they are poor, but it means the iPhone users in their Elite status, they frown upon it. For coming in and making the group chat green. That's what it means. Yeah. Oh my God. Trump Mobile had 590,000 pre-orders for the Trump phone. 10 months later, not one has been delivered. But they want to talk about fraud and waste. Shaking my head. Yeah, Tommy's got it. Fiber internet, copper internet, Starlink, 5G. I would put 5G over Starlink. I think it's better than Starlink. Copper is probably more reliable, though. yeah, Scott. Not poor, just lesser than me. Oh, why are we like that? We're so mean. We're so mean. Switch to Android. Everything works except family group because they don't want to include someone with Android. The only pain point is switching for me. Yeah. When I did my Android challenge, I switched to the Pixel phone I was going to do a month and caved almost immediately, I think after 2 weeks, and went back to iPhone. And yeah, my family group chat was upset. They were upset when I left. The good news is they were elated when I came back, and it was like a celebration. So it was pretty good. Yeah, I would agree with this. Fiber, copper, 5G. Yeah, Starlink, DSL. I'm on board. I think Android is for smart people. It is, Clark. It is for smart people. Oh, Scott. Scott, you were just speaking my language this stream. I'm just depressed because iOS 6 is so trash. LOL. Scott, I am not laughing out loud about that. That is a serious issue. It is garbaggio. It is garbaggio. There are some things I love. Most things I strongly dislike. It's the sad truth. It's a sad truth. If your buddies want you to use an iPhone, then why don't they buy you an iPhone and pick up the bill each month? Show me how good you really are. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Quick fix, buy an iPhone 12 with old OS. Yeah, but then you're on an iPhone 12. That is not a good phone. That is not a good phone. Not a good modem. iPhone 13 is probably the oldest I would go back to at this point. I feel like I've said I would go older, but no, that would be it. I just can't wait for iOS 27 to come out fast enough. It's room to be focused on stability and performance like what iOS 12 did. Yes. And most importantly for me, a Siri that's actually good. Have you guys seen that? Google Gemini will be powering Siri. I am so excited. I like the possibility of a good Siri is sometimes incomprehensible. You can't imagine it. Like Siri has been so tainted of being so mediocre for so many years that you're afraid to use it. And you just don't even understand the capabilities it has. Ooh, iPhone 14 is the oldest iPhone AT&T users should use. Before the 14, no DOD. What is DOD? Department of Defense? Yeah. Apple is paying Google billions of dollars for something they could just let their users download for free. Yes. I mean, you know, Tommy, you know it's different than that, right? Because Apple's taking the model and they're running the model on their own machines and systems, and it'll be able to run locally on the iPhone, and then it'll integrate more seamlessly into the iOS experience and be able to do things. I don't even want to overhype it. It's just been such a letdown for so many years. Yeah, it sucks, but hopefully it gets better. Cell phone service through Xfinity. Oh yeah, that's fine too. Xfinity is fine too. Look, Xfinity uses Verizon. I think the best service on Verizon right now is going to be Visible, right? $26 a month, unlimited high speed, unlimited premium data, unlimited hotspot. It's so good. It's so good. So if I'm in your shoes, I'm signing up for Visible. You're getting a better plan at a better price. That's my take. 90% of iCloud is just Google Drive servers. Interesting. Siri will be no different running Gemini. DoD spectrum, half of AT&T's N77 spectrum. Wow. So it was DoD, Department of Defense. Huh. All right. You guys are amazing. I abruptly got tired, and it is 8:51. So cover other countries' cellular plans. We are working on it. We are working on it. We are working really hard. Yeah. All right. You guys are amazing. I've not tested Infinity Mobile. much more to debate. I'm excited because at the end, I started outsourcing making timestamps to Gemini. So I'm excited to download my transcript after this and let Gemini chew through everything we've talked about and make some transcripts. But either way, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this incredible live stream. We have actually gone on so long that US Mobile's promo ends in just an hour. 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 50 seconds, okay? So definitely don't miss US Mobile's promotion if you're interested. Literally the cheapest prices we've ever seen. I'm going to have to text them. I'm sure this is an error on finance or something. Like, that's nuts. That's nuts. We've got Visible's promo ending also very soon. 3 hours and 7 minutes. So definitely don't miss that if you're interested. We've got Visible. Nope, I said that wrong. Words came out wrong. This is what happens when you talk for 2 hours, 46 minutes straight. Mint Mobile, they have their plan. It's coming out. Check that out. Oh, I think Ultra Mobile had a deal going on. Let's see quickly. 25 gigs for $20 a month. That could be really great too. Don't miss these deals, you guys. Don't miss these deals. Visible, Mint, and US Mobile. Okay. Links are in the video description. And hit the like button if you enjoyed this. What else do you do when you sign off here? That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another epic live stream. Click the like button if you enjoyed. Share this with one friend if you want them to also enjoy. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And I will see you next Monday. All right. Bye, guys. I see you, Tommy. He's waving back. Bye, everyone. Have a great week.